Hello everyone, my name is Pixelriffs. Welcome to your Sunday live stream. If there are any mothers watching, happy Mother's Day, you mothers. Hope everyone's having a good one. Hope everyone's weekend has been spectacular so far. Let's get ready to ramble! Indeed. Paranor, welcome along. Hello True Purple, Ginger the Lily, Gulfstream, Skizim, Tim Stamp and Noble Wolf, Geki Gundalf, Fry, Surprise Tulpa, My Mini World, and anybody else who happens to be lurking in the chat. Few names coming through. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Hope you're all very well. Hope you've all got a cup of space tea ready, because we're about to do some stuff. Potions today. Going to be looking at potions. Specifically, I'm going to be building a potions lab underneath the... Do you guys remember that hollow island we made in the swamp? Going to convert that into kind of a potions lab. I was thinking secret base at first, but one of the first episodes we're going to be doing in the Minecraft Survival Guide this week is trying to get that Furious Cocktail advancement. So the idea... Noble Wolf with the host, thank you. Thank you, CN, for the host as well. So what we're going to be doing is... we're going to be working on some potion brewing facilities down there. Probably not like auto potion brewers or anything like that. We're probably just going to brew everything manually so I can go through it case by case in the episode. But we might work on like, you know, these are the inputs you can have with hoppers for a brewing stand, and then cover auto potion brewing in a future episode. I think what we're going to do though is just deck the place out so it looks like a kind of cool underground lab kind of thing. Maybe not go super high tech, but like at least make it look a little bit more like a working lab and a bit less like, hey, there's like a, you know, an underground undersea cave thing that's just like dirt floor and cave walls. So I think that's where we're going with it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it should be good. I hope everyone's along for the ride. Scientific, says the Minecraft splash screen. Well, that is probably true. Can you guys still see that? Yeah, you can. Okay, good. I just needed to make sure it wasn't windowed so I could click on stuff if I needed to. RIP Chicken. Yes, let's do this. You have to do homework, but you're here. Well, do homework in the background. Don't want you to be delayed with your homework. So what we got right now, as far as this episode goes, is I have this box full of ingredients, which I'm pretty sure is everything we will need to either craft or just brew straight up some of the potions. And we will probably grab a few more supplies so that we can have multiple of each ingredient. But I think that's really all we need to worry about as far as the ingredients go. So we can just work on building the place today and making it look pretty. Quite new making podcasts. Do you have tips for a starter? Make sure that your audio quality is good. Get yourself a decent microphone. Analog equipment is probably going to be better, but USB mics are not bad these days. So get yourself a decent quality microphone so that the audio quality is at least listenable, because it's an audio medium. Podcasting is very audio centric, and so if your audio quality is up to scratch, then people are more likely to stick around and listen to you. Also, the advice I've heard, although it's not necessarily advice I stuck to with the spawn chunks, and there's a good reason for it, which I'll go into in a second, but the advice I've heard is to record stuff, and if you're not, and listen back to it, and if you're not happy with it, just chuck it out. Don't be afraid to have, multiple takes of your first episode until you get it all down. And the main reason for that is that you want to have a polished product right out of the gate, because the early stages of a podcast are always super important. The reason we didn't do that with the spawn chunks is because Joel is already a very experienced podcaster, and if he thinks that something is good, I believe him. So, yeah, we didn't really worry too much about having the spawn chunks be like a multiple take thing before we got the formula down, because we'd already chatted a couple of times on the Citadel Cafe, and we were both confident enough that we could deliver a good podcast. Even with that said, the podcast has evolved over time. It has grown, the segments have changed, a few things are different now, and it's, worth noting that you don't always have to stick the landing first time. Just make sure it's something that you are happy to put out into the world. That's probably what I would say. That's my podcast advice for you. You'll find a lot of better podcast advice elsewhere, I'm sure, because I've only been doing this for a short amount of time. But even so, I hope that was helpful to you. Good luck with your podcast projects. Blaze rods for fuel now. That's endgame. I've actually been using blaze rods for quite a while. It's funny. I have a double blaze spawner in the nearby Nether fortress, and I haven't really, like, smelted a huge amount of stuff. Don't know why I said it like that, but you know, I haven't needed like super industrial smelting until I was able to really set up the blaze farm. I was also using the blaze spawners for XP farming quite a lot in the early game, so I didn't tend to do a huge amount of like farming of other stuff. I didn't need to go mining for coal all that much, and I always had a plentiful supply of blaze rods. So yeah, blaze spawners being great sources of XP kind of helped me along there. So one of the things I want to do is do a little bit of, like, casual nether wart farming. RSMG Gaming with the host. Thank you. Yeah, I want to do a little bit of casual nether wart farming down here in the caves. So we'll probably have a little nether wart farm set up, but it's not going to be a large-scale thing. We will go into large-scale nether wart farming another time. Best thing about the DPI... I'm not sure what that means. Blaze farms, you have the XP, but yes, the rods help. Yeah. No, the XP is a great thing to get from blazes and guardians. I think they each give you like 10 XP per mob pretty reliably. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. If anybody was unsure about the cave base I was talking about, this is it. And you can just swim on through here, and this inside we dried out in a previous live stream, and I think what we're going to do is set up a little brewing lab down here. RSMG, I'm good. How are you? If I made a video on how to make a mob grinder without a mob spawner cage, that is what the giant hot air balloon in the sky above the swamp is. I forget which number that episode is, but it is, yeah, an episode somewhere, I think, in the 70s or 80s of the series, potentially. Maybe a little earlier than that, actually. But yes, mob grinder in the hot air balloon. Checking light levels around here as well, because we will need to make sure the light is pretty even, but we'll move in some better lighting sources. And I think what we're going to do is rip out the entire dirt floor and set up... I'm not sure what the build palette is going to be. I want it to be a little bit nethery, but I want to get red nether brick involved, as well as this. So I think what we'll do is go with this, and I feel like the clay is not going to be all that great. And then we'll get some red nether brick. The thing is, I don't have a huge amount of nether wart, but I have more than that. So we'll probably go with something like this. And I do want this to feel a little bit kind of patchworky here and there. Love red nether brick. I like red nether brick too. I'm looking forward to it getting slabs and stairs. It will definitely open out the amount of stuff that you can do with that block. So down here we're going to have a nether wart farm. Seems like an ideal place to have it, somewhere a little bit kind of dark. Although, you know, nether wart isn't really meant to be like something that thrives in like a wet atmosphere, considering it grows in the nether where you can't even have water. Oh, meant to fly out of there, but apparently I can't. There we go. Your Minecraft world deleted itself because your PC updated when you were on it. Can you do anything? If you've taken backups, yes. Otherwise, possibly not. But I'm not in the position to really give technical troubleshooting advice right now, so sorry I cannot be of further assistance. Put cauldrons down and put glowstone or some light block underneath. That's a possibility. I definitely want to have a cauldron in there. Although it's going to be more of an aesthetic thing than an actual useful cauldron, because as we all know, cauldrons are only good for brewing potions if you're on bedrock. What else do we need down there? I think if some of it was still kind of cavey, it'd be fun to have ore blocks in the walls, but not that fussed about that. I feel like redstone ore would be kind of nice to have in the floor as well. We'll see how that looks. We'll definitely get some smooth stone, some stone bricks, bits and pieces of that in there. And I don't know what we want to have as contrast. I'm tempted to take some diorite and see what we can do with that. But then I think mossy cobblestone is going to be a worthwhile addition. Or mossy stone brick even as well. Because it's clearly going to still be a a damp environment, and that would make sense to have some mossy stuff down there. Would I ever build a witch farm on this world? Yes. Somebody let Dylan know what the plan is, please. Thank you, Paranor. Immediately on it. Why didn't I switch to iron doors after the difficulty episode? Because the wooden door is at a 90-degree angle. It's placed so that zombies think it's open when it's closed. Glazed terracotta, maybe. Regular bricks, maybe. But we're already using 2 other types of brick. Bone blocks might be a possibility. Bone blocks do look very good against the nether brick types. We might do something like that. Soothing Philly. You just found the podcast, binging your way to the present. Good luck with that. I hope you enjoy the whole thing. We had a lot of fun making that show. We are still having fun making it. I said that in the past tense like it was over. It's not. It's just beginning. Yeah. Let's see what else we can grab. I do want a little bit more dark prismarine in this place. Considering we have the conduit in there already, it's not going to look too out of place. And we could maybe even dot some sponge around if we want. Okay. Okay, I have thoughts. Let's see. Let's grab some quartz as well, maybe. Because we have a fair amount of that now. Okay. Okay. A potion slab, I know, right? Slab of night vision. Technically, you become a daylight sensor. Am I leaving the conduit structure? I might open it out so that it looks a little different. I just wanted to make it in the traditional shape at first because I thought this was going to be kind of like a secret lab. But then I think as long as it doesn't involve... Yeah, if we do like that, then we lose the... We don't lose the effect quite yet, but then if I put more blocks around the back here, then potentially we can keep it open like this. And then you can keep the same amount of prismarine blocks nearby. It just changes the formation that they're in. I like stuff like this. Maybe not there, or... No, there is fine. There is fine, as long as we don't mess with these ones at the front. Can I do this? Okay, yeah. This is interesting. If I put that one there, then I can potentially... This is so weird. But I think as long as you maintain the same amount of blocks around it, the conduit power still is like at maximum as far as the radius is concerned. So I kind of wonder if we should do something a little funky with it. Something weird like that. I don't know. It looks a little bit like Space Marine's helmet now, doesn't it? It's like we've got Azuma helping us out. You need the middle ring for a full conduit. I think you just need to have the right amount of prismarine blocks within the radius. I don't think you need it to be like a full ring formation. But even so, like, even if it's not at full conduit power, that's okay, because the full conduit power just has maximum radius, and it has that effect if mobs get too close to it. I don't need to worry about mobs in here, and to be honest, the radius of that is just it's a bonus more than anything. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a Doom vibe, doesn't it? Anyway, let's move on from that. I think what I want to do is make the floor of this out of stone and stone brick and stuff like that, so it looks a little bit more kind of cave-like, but then we're going to make some more of the accent stuff out of this, mainly because I don't have a huge amount of red nether brick. I don't know if the conduit makes different noises when it's at full power, or if there's any real way of it like, demonstrating that it's at full power, aside from just where the radius begins and ends. Let's throw in a few blocks of stone brick. We're going to do the thing where we kind of imply there is stone brick here without it being too prevalent. And we'll do the same with mossy stone brick, specifically around the entrance. Boy, I'm looking forward to having stairs and slabs of all of this. There we go. Hey, Shira Gamer, you are not too late. You haven't missed much. I was just explaining what the plan is for today's stream, which is to make a little potions lab down here in this underwater cave that I built underneath an island in the swamp. You learned Friday that triple wither fight wasn't so much of a challenge for me as you'd hope, so you need to up the count. The thing about multiple withers is they tend to attack each other, as the folks on Hermitcraft found recently, where they unleashed 100 withers that all just kind of moved in a cloud trying to fight each other. But yeah, the wither in general is a bit of a weird one, because in theory it's super hard if it's only going after you, but so often it just gets distracted by other things. People find it really funny when you release the wither in the end and you think, oh, it's going to fight the ender dragon because they're both super powerful, but then you realize that's not how the mob AI works, and the wither basically just like flies around fighting the enderman, and the dragon ignores it because the dragon isn't programmed to attack the wither. It's not really programmed to attack anything aside from maybe the player. Hey, 00 Squirrel, glad you can make it. I am doing pretty well, thank you. Need to get a few more vines for the mossy stone brick here. But yeah, we'll do a little bit around here just to make the floor look a little different. I think I might want to put in some, like a tree on the surface and have some roots coming down in here or something. Try and keep it sort of organic. Rasa, no, we're not going to have like auto potion brewers or anything yet. I'm going to introduce that as a concept later in the series. For now, all I want this to be is like a comprehensive guide to all of the brewing recipes. So really all I need is a potions lab set of sorts so that I can go over what all the potion brewing recipes are. And yes, there are cheat sheets on the wiki and stuff, but people have been asking me in my series to cover what all of the potions are for a while. And I didn't think that was a guide that was really necessary for a Let's Play, but I feel like a lot of people are coming to the Survival Guide series as like their main source of tutorials rather than trying to look up the information for themselves. I guess they just like the way I present it. So I'm fine with that being the case. I just, yeah, feel like I should probably make a big episode that's like, okay, here is all the potion recipes that are currently in the game. And see how people react to that. And when I can fly, there we go. Get in the air. It's funny, Paranormal, I applied for a job at the BBC a while ago. I never heard anything back. But that was the one up in Salford. I think that's where they're based now. Do I have any mossy in here? Oh, I do. Okay, good. That's actually good. Need to start farming vines at some point. Did I ever do an episode on my Shulkerbox organization system? No, because it's not really an organization system so much as it's just a series of Shulkerboxes with a vague theme. So I feel like it's not really something worth doing a tutorial over because it's not very systematic. It's not the kind of thing that I'm particularly proud of or whatever. I just kind of do the Shulkerbox thing. Most of the time I just put together whatever I'm using them for at the time. Whatever I need one for, I do. BBC is just awful to deal with on a supplier customer level. Fair enough. I have virtually no experience of them. So, aside from just the programs. So, I'm just putting stuff away in here instead of putting it in my inventory. Yeah, what I think is I want to have a tree on this side of the island. I don't know what house is going to be here yet, so that's going to be a concern too. But what I think I want is to have some of this stuff. Try not to obscure too much of the mossy brick, although I can always move that. I'm going to have a little Nether Wart farm here. And maybe surround this with the nether brick and the red nether brick. Ooh. That'd be nice as a water source, just having like the seagrass accessible through there. Do I have enough... Where's the dirt in there now? Do I have enough... Do I have any wood on me? Doesn't seem like I do. And so what we can do down here is we can put a nether wart farm, we can put a melon farm. Because you need melons for potions of healing. Yeah, there's a couple of neat things we can do down here that make it a little bit different than just like a brewing station. But I think over here is where our brewing stands are going to be. Either that or kind of like this side, but I think having them right close to the entrance over here, and the farm is there, and the, you know, melons are going to grow somewhere. Maybe a little melon patch over here, actually. That'd be nice. The David Attenborough of Minecraft. Not enough nature documentary. Yeah. Is this survival? Absolutely. The survival guide, no less. Not that I'm guiding anybody right now. What kind of wood do we want? I think we want jungle wood for a start. Maybe a little bit of... a little bit of acacia down there as well. And maybe some leaves in a minute, but we'll get to those in a second. We go and grab, there's a couple of farming implements in the farmhouse, as rightfully there should be. It's always great when people haven't heard of Elytra. Like, yes, I'm flying using Elytra, that thing that was added in 1.9. I know there's definitely people who are coming back to Minecraft after a while. Like, I don't want to make fun of anybody who's like returning to the game, because that's cool. But yeah, that has been a feature of the game for 3 years now. It's been a while, at least. Been a while at least. Do you love the heartbeat coming from this thing? It's slightly distracting at times, but it's just such a fun like feature. So I think what we're gonna have is, yeah, supports like that in the corners, and then I think most of the furniture in here is going to be made out of spruce wood. Let's break down a jungle log for a crafting table here. Pop that in the corner. And then spruce planks Let's turn those into stairs for a second. I just need to put some of this stuff away. In here, preferably, because... yeah. Otherwise I'll mess up my potion ingredients chest. Why they're revising Combat 1.9 Combat is great, because a lot of the PvP community disagrees and is still using Minecraft version 1.8 or earlier. And believe it or not, Mojang would like an update that everybody universally likes and would like to play. They aren't necessarily in the business of shutting people out of fun new features. Much as I'm sure people like to think that. Yeah, we'll start a little melon patch over here. I feel like if we want to, we could even hydrate it using some of the water that's flowing in from the side. Boop, 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 boop. Let's just have it be, yeah, like a raggedy little melon patch. And that should hydrate it. Because farmland still gets hydrated by flowing water, unless I am thoroughly mistaken. This patch here isn't going to be much good to anyone, but the rest of these should all have a space where they can... I mean, even that one will grow to the side there, won't it? Let's go find some more melon seeds. And potentially... oh, no, we've got some bone blocks here, so we can get bone meal that way. There we go. And I think... oh, yeah, there we go. It's hydrating nicely. Lovely. Good to see. I think we'll put a pillar up here. Like this. So it's not, like, right up against the conduit, but it's giving the impression, at least, that this stuff is being somewhat supported. It's been propped. Kind of. That's what I want, really. Then we can do a little bit of stuff to the ceiling in a second. Will there be a world download at some point? I plan to release one eventually, but I'm not in any hurry. Basically, rather than do it at like a milestone episode or something like that, I want to do it when I've finished a project. So like when this town is built, basically. Because I don't feel like there's any point in... I mean, there is a point to some people in releasing a world download earlier than that, but I would much rather release it when stuff feels complete. So I need melon seeds and I need nether warts. I don't imagine any of that stuff is around here, but there are a couple of supplies that I can always drop in here. I feel like having some slime just coming from over here seems like it'd be kind of a fun thing to do. Not to mention the fact that the swamp water just looks like slime to begin with, in a way. So, like, if we had the swamp water running down into this little divot here, you can imagine that being kind of congealed swamp water, in a way. Have something like that going on. maybe. It'll do. It's a start. Also, I'll need some chests down here, so I might as well make those now. While my inventory's a mess, I can dump everything in there. Okay, that can go there, and then we'll just put everything. One feature I really miss from modded Minecraft is being able to click and hold and have everything that you're dragging your mouse over go into a chest. I feel like that makes perfect sense, and I've not ever found myself doing that accidentally. Congealed swamp water, the grossest thing you've heard today. Right, time to add this crafting table to the stack of shame. Wherever that's got to. There we go. How far am I with the Nether hub? Not any further than you saw in the last episode. I really haven't had much time to play this weekend. I've been out in the garden doing stuff this weekend. I have trimmed back the garden hedge considerably. It was very overgrown. It is now looking a lot better. But yeah, that has meant I haven't really had much time to play over this weekend. So this is really the first time I'm sitting down and playing for any great length of time. Anyway, nether warts. Don't know if I have any in here. Unless it's up here with the organic stuff. No, okay. I feel like a lot of the same questions get asked every stream. Well, sometimes there are new people. It's not the same people coming in and asking the same questions. Alright. Could move some of these blaze rods over there. Might be nice to have a furnace or two over there as well. Not that you need those for potion ingredients, but just for the vibe. You know, the vibe. Let's take another stack of nether wart over there. I think we might want to grow more of it. And put some glowstone in. It's going to have a nethery atmosphere, I think. The ghost cup. Melon seeds. That's the other thing. I knew I was forgetting something. I get caught up with one idea and I forget about the other three. I don't have many in here. I have melon slices, which I guess you can break up the stalks for seeds, can't you? But yeah, really don't have any more melon seeds elsewhere. Fine, that's fine. We got plenty of melons over at the farm, I suppose. I've not been invited to play on Hermitcraft, no. I feel like adding a command to answer that question is weird because my answer kind of changes from day to day. Whoa. Did not mean to fly in there quite so quickly, but there you go. Oh, it's grown one already. How lovely. It's grown in entirely the wrong place, though. Gonna have to train these melons, aren't we? Actually, no, we just have to plant them. Nice. But yeah, if we wanted more melons out of here, we could just break the stalk on this one. Yeah, there we go. We get more that way. I want to have one melon just kind of off in the corner here by itself. Can't really have a torch there if that's the only spot that melon can grow. So that'll be fine. Yeah. Bone meal blocks went in here. What episode did I make the automated storage room? I can't remember. I've done over 100 at this point. I don't have each of the episode numbers committed to memory. But if you go to the YouTube channel and find the Minecraft Survival Guide playlist, I find that it's a lot easier to scroll through that than it is to, like, search for a specific episode. Just by, like, scrolling on the channel or whatever. Nobody puts melon in the corner. What if we had something like that, as though it was not like suspended from the ceiling, but it just has some kind of support structure here. What do I think about pandas in Minecraft? I think they are a good addition. I'm looking forward to seeing if people use them to do fun stuff, like as a small-scale slime farm with one of those sneezing pandas. Let's stick the nether wart on here. You can't bone meal that in Java, so I don't know if you can on Bedrock either, but a lot of stuff on Bedrock seems to be bone mealable, and everyone's like, why aren't you doing it this way? It's like, because I can't on Java. But yeah, if we put in the occasional other block of material here and there. Yoink. I do sort of like having bits of the swamp visible from outside if it's not going to cause a flood like that. Yeah, exactly. That's how I harvest the nether warts. All intentional. Let's put a slime block in it, because then at least it's kind of... Yeah, it's blocked off. And this... the rising tide. There we go. If we could have some sort of... like stalagmite collection of nether wart. Not nether wart, glowstone. Got nether wart on the brain now, haven't I? Just coming down from the ceiling here and there. Still keeps this area nice and lit. Means we get some of the torches off the floor. That's probably... oh, that's not terrible. It's not incredibly bad. We could hide some stuff under the floor with like carpets or something, but I don't really want to. If you put sea pickles behind the slime block, will the slime illuminate the inside? I can't remember if slime's transparency is changing as of the next update. I could definitely put some in there, because even though that's flowing water, it will still illuminate sea pickles. And the witches are out in force tonight, apparently. It's not even the full moon. There we go. Everstorm with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime sub here. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. And I appreciate the supports. There we go. Nice and bright there. Nice and bright. I think for now, if we put some sea pickles behind here, it'll be brighter, but I don't know if that's changing in the next update. It might be. For all I know, it might be. How do all my builds look so good? I mean, this doesn't look fantastic right now, but just got to practice. It's something that always comes with practice. To replant all this nether wart now. We can fit a couple of mossy stone bricks up in here as well. I would love more areas like that where the grass kind of like sticks through. I think that's a good spot for it. Alright, 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 alright. Every time, man, every time. Washes all my torches away. I think most of that is still okay, though. The mobs can't spawn on soul sand because it's a sub-block height. Is there a functional mushroom farm in 1.13? I mean, yeah. There are a bunch of things you can do. I find farming giant mushrooms is usually the best thing. Is there a spot behind here that might be a little dark? I mean, not really. The conduit kind of helps with that. My favorite potion? I don't know, really. The melon stems are for growing melons. Believe it or not. Controversial subject. We've got sea pickles around there lighting it up. This is looking doable. This is looking very doable. Now, I want a few more brewing stands, of course, because I think we're going to have... what have we got space for here? Like, I think 6, if they're not all right at the front of the table here. Eventually, these will all grow melons. I don't think there's any that are going to be blocked. It's just they've each only got like 2 or 3 blocks that they can grow onto. In some cases, only 1, so they won't grow particularly fast. They won't grow on stone? Oh, okay, right. Did not realize that. Time to put some grass and coarse dirt in there then, isn't it? I did wonder why that one had grown over the farmland, of all places. I thought it was just random. What do I do for a living? A combination of this and part-time video production for a software company. There we go. Yeah, I was forgetting that about the melons. I didn't realize that was a mechanical concern for the melons, but I guess it is. I guess it's probably all just going to revert into dirt anyway, but I like it having grass in here. There's one now! Kind of growing in the wrong place there, fella, but thank you. Cosren, did your sub not show? I don't know. It doesn't seem to have. Unless it happened... Didn't happen, like, off-stream or anything. Why have I not updated my texture pack? Because the new one isn't done yet. And I'm not playing in the snapshots, so it doesn't do it automatically. No worries, Cosren. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you. I'm sorry if for whatever reason it's not showing up, but your sub has been noted. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Pixel Hype and Pixel Flip and Space T emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. And I appreciate the support. So it's Twitch. Yeah, it's probably Twitch. Yeah, you quite clearly have a sub badge, so it seems like it's gone through for you. I think somebody on the last stream said that happened to them as well. I think Twitch is just having a weird issue here. Yeah, I think we'll go with a bunch of stands on the table like so. And I might even, instead of having this torch here, just put a glowstone block down there. Same thing, really. Unless that affects this at all. Oh, we got a 7 there. So I guess we'll put another torch down here for the moment. Could always put a little bit more of this coming down there. Alright, this is actually more or less what I wanted. I think that spot there also needs to be grass, doesn't it? For that one to grow. There's a couple of things here that we can bone meal a bit. Oh, nice. We get a little blue flower down here. I think, yeah, some of these blocks are going to be overtaken by melons before long. I do wish that grass would stay there underneath dirt like that. Like, that's clearly reverted back to dirt. That's going to... Melons are solid blocks. It makes sense, but I kind of wish you could still have grass, though. Orchids are your favorite Minecraft flower? Kind of mine too, actually. I like the color of them. I like orchids in general, though. Orchids are great. One of the other things I wanted to do on this stream, because we have 61 levels, is enchant this other turtle shell helmet, because I have one here for demonstrating the potions, but I made another one out of all the turtle scoots I got, and I kind of want to enchant one to actually have. Last I checked, I had Respiration 3 on the turtle helmet in the enchanting table, so I'll see what else we can get. Where can we put the furnaces? I think it makes sense to have those like in the wall somewhere, if they're going to be visible. Maybe up here. Like that. Or maybe have one facing the opposite direction. Picking up all the nether wart again. There we go. And did that shift a torch? It did. There was a torch there, I think. Yeah, as far as light levels go, we're good. Cool. This is getting there. It's transforming slowly but surely. We need to do a little bit more terraformy type of stuff around the edges. Remember when the new potion gave resistance 6, making you actually invulnerable to most damage? It still does resistance 4 if you add glowstone to it. It's slowness 6, resistance 4. Which is pretty hench. Can put a couple of like cobblestone stalagmite type things in, and up in this corner we need some more as well. If only the slabs were already here. Maybe if we do something with prismarine instead. Because this lovely stuff has slabs now. What if we used prismarine like the way we use cobblestone? And just have it kind of growing out from the wall here. Gives it this nice, almost organic looking, but still crystalline structure. Try not to trample too much of this. There we go. I knew I'd do it at some point. But yeah, I like that. Looks quite appealing, that. Have a couple of veins of this even. Going up the wall here. It almost looks like bubbles in an abstract sort of way. In like an impressionist sort of way. But these up here. No, not there. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Doesn't really make much sense for it to be in the floor here now. But then if we take some smooth stone and fill that back in. It's kind of cool. We need to do something about the ceiling. I feel the ceiling is just too dirt right now. Will I make a petition to remove cartographers? No. How else would we get Woodland Explorer maps? You want to be able to find a woodland mansion, don't you? I know you can do that with just, like, mapping tools or whatever, but spare a thought for the people who don't have access to those. I actually used the cartographer to find a woodland mansion and an ocean monument in this world, and I have to say it felt pretty legit to actually do it that way. See, this is the problem, because all of that above is now just a single layer of grass. So we're either going to have to layer on top of that or do the other thing and have this be kind of brought down a block. Which might be the direction I go with this. I also don't want it to be entirely made of stone. I kind of want this prismarine stuff to spread a little further. Use a seed that plonks you right next to a mansion. Again, what if you just want to start a random survival world? Here's the thing, right? Everyone who's mad at cartographers needs to consider the fact that in the next update you'll be able to choose what profession your villagers have. Just put them in front of a lectern and watch them all become librarians. Nobody seems to have thought much about that in the new update because they're all worried about iron farms and stuff, but that's how the new update is supposed to work. You have complete control over what villager professions you have, basically. All you need to do is just craft a couple of lecterns and you're there. Easy money. That's a little more acceptable. This corner is still just... It's behind the conduit, so I don't think about it. It's a little neglected. Let's take that out because it's providing light, but then... Yeah, that's looking a little better. Like I said, I didn't want this to be like high-tech lab. Most valuable thing you found in the Woodland Mansion is the red carpet to make your Nether hub. There you go, free red carpet. Now you're thinking. That's a good thing. Imagine how much red wool you'd have to get if not for that plentiful supply of red carpet. Did I dry this out or was it a natural cave? This is an island that I've built basically entirely from scratch in my swamp. Like this little thing here was just completely open swamp area. And I've just built this stuff. And then I dried it out afterwards. But yeah, this is all natural kind of attempt at terraforming. Hey, Devsy, what's up? And so once we come down in here, there's a couple more things we need. We need a cauldron or two around the place just for, you know, atmosphere, not for actually using it as a cauldron. Maybe even hanging from the ceiling or something. And then we need an actual water source in here. Although, I guess if everyone in here wants to go slightly mad drinking salt water, or swamp water. Not certain if it's going to be salt or not. But, yeah, they could always just reach out into the nearest waterfall and bottle their water at the source. Not every monument has a sponge room, no. There's the chance of it not spawning in there. Some monuments have two. You can get lucky and the generation gives you an extra one here and there. 1 to 3 per temple, or 0 to 3 per temple. That's a real find if you get 3. Because there's about 30 sponge in each one, so having more than a stack of sponge from a single temple is real good. Yeah, let's grab some of this. Can you make mossy cobblestone walls in this version? I don't think you can, right? The lines are beginning to blur for me. I can't remember what's 1.12, what's 1.13, what's 1.14. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, Marchiki, I'm doing well, thank you. How's your weekend? I have 2 brewing stands here that I could take over there as well. I need water bottles. I need iron for the cauldrons. Let's take this one for now. There we go. 8 cauldrons. More than I will ever need or want. And as far as trapdoors go, we need 1 more. So I guess I'll make 2. Time to put on the stream pizza. There you go, Paranor. Stream pizza is the best kind of pizza. I think free pizza is probably the best kind of pizza. Might be getting Java. If you do, you're going to use your guide to start the first one. Oh, thank you. You could even use the same seed as me if you wanted to, but depends whether or not you'd consider that cheating. Where should we put... Actually, let's put a cauldron, like, on the corner here. Like that. That feels quite natural, question mark. A 1 in 216 chance of getting 3 sponge rooms. That explains why it's not happened to me before. So, like, if we have something like this. Oh, of course, fences aren't going to connect to the cauldron, are they? Well, I guess we'll roll with it. We'll have a cauldron I mean, we could even put them, like, underneath the table if we wanted to be all kind of... What's the word? Hipster about it. I really wanted to dangle it from the ceiling, though. I suppose if you didn't see the top of it all that much, you could always just put a cauldron, like, there. And it kind of looks like it's being suspended from the ceiling. Kind of. And imagine these are, like, drain pipes. Taking swamp water from the outside. Or, like, hoists or something. Got super lucky finding 3 in your first monument. Oh, the dream. The dream, Elkhorn. Hello, by the way. Welcome along. So let's throw in a little bit more of the cobble slabs kind of in the middle here. Because, yeah, the idea being this is still a converted cave of sorts. So it makes sense to have a little bit of this rock formation stuff in here. Doesn't necessarily make it super awkward to get around here. Treat it like a roundabout. You'll be fine. Ain't looking bad. Ain't looking too bad at all. Cute little sort of organic, sort of man-made potions lab. Hello from Australia. Furzy from Australia. Welcome along. Glad you could make it. Hundamall, how am I doing? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. How are you? How's your day? How's your weekend? Yeah, you know what? We'll put one more brewing stand in the chest over here, but I think 5 is probably good for the demo. Right? And then, as far as a water source goes, we could even have it underneath the table there. But I do still like the idea of just being able to reach out with the glass bottles and scoop up some swamp water and use that as potions. That feels pretty funny. Having little shelves here and there as well. See, I was thinking about making a barrel-style thing with the spruce trapdoors, but I think... No, if we're just going to have the swamp water accessible from like over here, over... I mean, you've got the conduit here, for goodness sake. Enjoying the terraforming? Yeah, I like doing stuff like this. It's like this block spammy hodgepodge of stuff that I kind of find appealing in a rough and ready kind of way. It's the weather here in Estonia. It snowed for 2 hours and now it's sunny. Nice. It's been quite sunny here the last few days. That's why I've been able to get out into the garden and do some proper gardening. I tell you what, if we put that there and we put a cobble slab over it, or maybe even a spruce slab, if you like. Which personally I do. Wait a second. Ooh, that's an interesting texture. Glistening slab, because that's waterlogged, but it's not coming through from the opposite side. That's really quite interesting. But yeah, putting a slab over there means we'll be able to open that chest. So if we want to add some supplies in there, then we can. Just going to pour the rest of this tea. Ooh, that's heavily steeped now. Oh yeah, that'll wake you up. That'll wake you up. The space mug. The space mug is real. It looks a little bit better if I'm not standing in front of something incredibly dull. How about this? Like there. You can see the blue flower through it. Kind of. Put space hairs on your space chest. I really wish you could have one of those flowing water sources just flowing into a cauldron and no further. Like it was filling up the cauldron from the outside. I know practically that doesn't work because the cauldron's a full block, but Man, that'd look good. I do like this, though. I like the idea that this is somehow a nether brick drain pipe. If we go the whole hog and have all of those cauldrons hung up there. No! Darn it. I think the only thing I need to worry about there is the nether wart now, but still, though. Flowing water is a nightmare sometimes. Actually harvested a bit of it. There we go. Have I ever met Mumbo Jumbo or Grian? Yes, both of them, actually. I met them both at the Minecon 2017 event in London, where they had a Skywars tournament and like a meet and greet thing with some YouTubers. I met False Symmetry there as well. They're all lovely people. In fact, I interviewed Grian for a recent episode of the Spawn Chunks podcast. If you're interested in listening to that, head to thespawnchunks.com or find us on all good podcast apps. And we talked to Grian about changing from being a creative player to a survival player and the differences and what he's enjoying about being on the Hermitcraft server. It was a good interview. Had a lot of fun talking to him. Smart dude. Just joined. What are we building? Oh, my favorite phrase. We're building a potions lab under this little, like, man-made island that I made in the swamp here. So you swim down through this cave. I might actually have an entrance from the surface as well. Like, if there's an appropriate block to have above one of these there, like that block there, if we take this out and then put, like, a trapdoor that you can just kind of drop down onto the slime blocks, I would love that. Where is that in the grand scheme of things? Actually, that's not too bad. Because all we can do is just go boop, and then you kind of hit your head on the ceiling, but that's fine. Yes, we'll do that. And then whatever structure we build on top of this, because I do plan on building like a house up here or something. I'm not going to do that on this stream, though. But, yeah, having a secret entrance to the potions lab seems kind of perfect to me. I like that idea. Is a streamer not a normal person? Nope. Dance for us, Stream Monkey. Potions Lab by Pitho. Yes. But Etho. Or the P is silent, so it's just Etho. Now, what else do we need to bring? I think we're good. I think most of the stuff we would want over there, we have over there now. The two things you can grow around there, I guess, are... I suppose you could grow sugar as well, if you wanted like a little sugarcane farm in there. That would not be a bad idea, but I feel like that's overkilling it at that point. Am I using any texture packs? The only one I have enabled right now is Vanilla Tweak's Lower Shield. It keeps the shield out of the left-hand corner of the screen like that, so that you can see more of what's going on. Fun fact, all humans are normal. Correct. Hey, Cat, what's up? Yeah, I plan on building like a... If not a brewery, then like a kind of tavern-style thing in Founders Forge. The main thing is I'm waiting for some stuff that's happening in 1.14. Like, barrels are going to be incredible for towns like this. Basically, anything medieval-looking is going to want to have a lot of barrels. Even like a modern build where they've got a wine cellar in a pub or something is going to want to have barrels in. And, yeah, I'm kind of waiting for stuff like that to come along before I build anything that very much requires that stuff. So yeah, all we have to do is stand on the trapdoor, hoop, down here into the secret potions room. Glass, that's what I needed to bring. That's what I'm forgetting to bring with me, is the glass. We didn't really use much of this nether brick stuff at all, actually. But that's okay, because cave looked natural. And maybe we'll put one block of it there. Put one block of it there where that dirt thing was. Boop. Now the other stuff. I like red nether brick, but it really does pop in like a sometimes kind of distracting way. I think, yeah, that's probably a little better. Now we have to transfer all of this stuff out of here and all of the potion ingredients in. 2 bits from Lord Taco. Thank you for the bits. Appreciate you the bits. Maybe a bit of redstone ore in here as well. I brought that with me thinking, yeah, that's going to be a great detail to add to the cave floor. Just little glowing bits of redstone ore, and just haven't done anything with that yet. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Do I have a dog? I do not have a dog. I'm more of a cat person. Not that I dislike dogs, I just would prefer to own a cat. I've always kind of maintained that I will probably end up getting a dog at some point when I'm older and I need an excuse to go outside for my health. I feel like that's going to be a good time to own a dog. But as of right now, I'm more of a cat person as regards like demands on my time. I feel like cats are a little bit more low maintenance. We have 10 bits from Darmoon. Thank you for the 10 bits. Hope you're well. Haven't seen you in these streams for a little while, or if I have, I've not remembered, I guess. I have a bad memory for this thing. This whole streaming malarkey. Why do I even do it? Alright, so in here we have Cauldrons, yes. We have brewing stands, yes. We have Nether Wart. Crucial. And then all of the modifying ingredients, the gunpowder, the glowstone, the redstone, the dragon's breath, can all go up there. We need blaze rods for the blaze powder. And then we have all of the ingredients for glistering melons, gold carrots, so that's health and invisibility, or night vision. I guess harming as well if you invert the melon slice one. If you invert the health potion, then you get harming. That stuff makes all the spider eyes, so that's potions of weakness, and that's inverting the other stuff. Magma cream, we have fire resist, jump boost, regen, slow fall, strength. Turtle Master, obviously, with that one. Can you think of anything that I'm missing, chat? Sugar is swiftness as well. But you have swiftness, you invert that to get slowness. I think that's it. Potion of loitering. Potion of lurking. That's what somebody in Twitch chat needs. Maybe there. Maybe we'll put a redstone ore like there. I just like being able to walk over it and have the... If my particles aren't set to minimal, I'd be able to walk over it and have the particles just kind of pop up like that. It kind of bugs me that that is on the same, like, axis as that one. There we go. Yeah. Potions Lab. Arrows for tipped arrows. Good point. I've got some on me. So once we make a lingering potion, then I'll probably explain that you can make tipped arrows with any lingering potion, but I don't need tipped arrows all that much. I guess we could also cover spectral arrows at the same time. I mentioned them briefly in the 101 Questions episode, but I haven't done anything with them kind of on camera explaining what they do or how to make them. iPrime Pixelist, hello, welcome. Welcome, guys. Hope you're having a good day. If you're brand new here, my name is Pixelriffs. I'm a Minecraft YouTuber and streamer. Today we are working on a little potions lab down here in this man-made island. And this is going to be the set for an upcoming potion-themed episode of my series, The Minecraft Survival Guide. If you haven't checked that out, it's on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/pixelriffs. And I hope you guys will check that out. Been making the series for a little while now. We've passed 100 episodes. This is going to be episode 104? 107? I forget now. That's a little scary. Done that many episodes at this point. Old man. Old man riffs. Throw a little bit more cobblestone detail up here as well. Like that. Doable. That's doable. What day this week am I planning on releasing the Furious Cocktail episode? Tomorrow. It's going to be a tomorrow thing. Down to the wire as usual, but yeah, like I said, I was doing some stuff in the garden this weekend, so I really didn't have much of chance to get ahead on my episodes for this week. But I've got some other good plans that will make for good episodes. We're probably going to start the Wither Skeleton farm this week, the basic one to start with, but we will do what we can. Only other thing we could add to the box would be slime balls to make them into magma cream. Yeah, I might bring some of those over anyway, because I'm sure I have a lot at the slime farm right now. What type of music do I like? All kinds of stuff. I actually have quite an eclectic taste in music now. When I was younger, I was definitely more into like the rock and metal side of things, but I listen to all kinds of stuff now. I feel like there's so much good music out there that it really doesn't make sense to ignore any of it. Even the occasional bit of cheesy pop I'm not too fussed about. Like, some of Carly Rae Jepsen's stuff is just really good. I say that entirely unironically. Like, sometimes you're just in the mood for something with a bit more energy, and that's what you need. But lately, what have I been listening to lately? I've been listening to a fair amount of Yes, Florence and the Machine, very good. What did I just get the other day? Oh, I got my Minecraft soundtrack on vinyl, but then I listened to that during streams, so that's just kind of my thing anyway. A fair amount of electro swing. There's a YouTube channel I follow called Zefox Music, Xefox Music, that does a lot of like electronica and mixes and stuff. I'm a little bit worried about how that's going to happen now Article 13 is a thing, but I don't know, we'll see. They get a lot of different artists giving them permission to upload stuff as well, because it's exposure for certain people who've just got like a SoundCloud that they want to promote and stuff. So it really varies. I have a feeling that they're going to have to work very closely with artists in future. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that stuff. It's a little bit kind of up in the air right now. Florence and the Machine are pretty great. I've been following them since the early days-ish. I mean, I've not been lucky enough to go and see Florence in concert, but I followed them from the release of... Was it Lungs? Was Lungs the first one? I really like Ceremonials. I think Ceremonials is my favorite. When's the next Cobble Clicker come out? I put 2 episodes out this weekend, and if we record one by next weekend, then it will be out then. For people who have not realised already, Cobble Clicker is a series that I upload on weekends when I have had the time to record with Zloy. But obviously our weekends are usually taken up with stuff like the Hermitcraft recaps, so it really varies when we have time to get that stuff done. And it's always going to be bonus videos in terms of what I can fit in around my schedule for the Minecraft Survival Guide. This is definitely my main series, you know? Lungs was the first CD. Yep, I have that. I have that somewhere. On CD. I really love physical media. I've come to realize this more and more, and I feel like vinyl is kind of, for me, it's the epitome of physical media. they're just so chunky and tactile, and I love them. So I'm not one of those people who's all about vinyl for like the sound quality or whatever, but I really like having vinyl around the house for just the pick up and play aspect to it. No, I've never played on 2B2T. It's really funny how people ask that on every stream I do now. Is it like back in the public eye or something? Because I haven't heard about 2B2T for ages. And for whatever reason, people just always ask me about it now. 2B2T is a very well-known Anarchy server. It's, yeah, it's basically a public server that's been running for the longest time, and basically the entire Spawn Chunks area is just, like, destroyed down to the bedrock. And, yeah, Anarchy servers are not my jam. Like, I really like being able to build stuff and let it be there. And a lot of the chat on Anarchy servers is just horrendous, so I tend to avoid it like the plague if I can. I think we're good here. Got everything I need for the episode. There's a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of potion stuff in this game. And as far as the advancements go, it says have every potion effect applied at the same time. Now, I don't know if that means advancements, because if the wiki will tell me, because I assume that's potion effect like drinkable potions as opposed to like also having beacon effects and stuff involved, because that's where How Did We Get Here comes in. Is there eventually going to be a new entrance? The thing up here is another entrance. Is Minecraft really popular in the UK? I mean, as popular as it is elsewhere, really. I don't know if there's like a huge UK Minecraft community, but I mean, half the players on Hermitcraft are from the UK at this point, so I would say probably yes. Let's see. Nether. Local brewery. Nope, that's not the one. Where is it? A Furious Cocktail. Have all of these 13 potion effects. So it's Fire Resist, Invisibility, Jump Boost, Night Vision, Poison, which is just a Spider Eye, so that's okay. Regen, Resistance, Slow Falling, Slowness, Speed, Strength, Water Breathing, and Weakness. I have all of that. So I guess Resistance is the Turtle Master one, which is probably the one I'll have to drink last because it's a... What even is it? It's like a 20-second duration, 40 if you add redstone. That's not much. The speed and slowness cancel each other out. They can both be applied to you at once. It's not like they cancel each other out, as in, like, if you drink a slowness potion and you have speed, both effects go away. You get both effects at the same time. I presume one of them just, like, you know, the actual physical effect on you is different. How Did We Get Here is the one where you have to have, it says 23 effects, which includes now Wither, Levitation, Dolphin's Grace, Mining Fatigue, like Absorption from a Golden Apple. There's just so much stuff. And Nausea, which you can only get from eating pufferfish, which also gives you Poison 4, so you're probably going to die. Man, it's such a task. And having Wither and Levitation in the same place means you either have to take a Wither skeleton to the end or a Shulker to the overworld or the Nether. And so that's a little crazy, guys. It's a little crazy. And blindness is going to be introduced as of 1.14 because it's possible to get blindness and I guess a saturation effect as well. So, yeah, that's going to be a task. That is quite the task. I'm up for it, but it's that's some work right there. So I don't think I need to add anything else to this. I think we're good. Except for glass bottles, of course. Am I going to enchant the turtle helmet now? I might do that, yeah. I might do that. Only seen the achievement done before once, and that was before Dolphin's Grace. Dolphin's Grace is going to be the kicker. It's going to be really difficult. Because the effects that don't last very long in that set are Dolphin's Grace, Nausea, Wither, and Levitation. All of those last for, like, less than 10 seconds. So having them all at the same time is really difficult. Because imagine you've got to be levitating, swimming, and then you've got to be hit by... You've got to be hit by a shulker, so you're levitating. You've got to be swimming next to a dolphin, so you've probably got to trap the dolphin in there with you as well. You've got to have Wither, so you've got to hit a Wither skeleton, and then you've got to eat a puffer fish. And then at that point you die, because you have Poison 4. I mean, Poison doesn't necessarily kill you all the way, but then Wither does. So a combination of Poison 4 and Wither is probably going to off you. Difficult, man. Difficult. You also have resistance, sure. And if you're drinking a Turtle Master potion, if it's Turtle Master 2, you have resistance, like, 4 at that point. So maybe you wouldn't take as much damage. But then the majority of people do that with resistance from a beacon, where you only get resistance 1 or maybe 2, I think. You also have to kill the Wither several times to get the beacons, because you need haste. I'm pretty sure haste counts among those effects. Yeah, and hunger as well. Like, you've got to eat some rotten flesh or get hit by a husk. It's going to be slightly easier, perhaps, to do Wither and some of those effects if you have Suspicious Stew. So yeah, the Wither Rose, but you're not going to be able to make a potion of Wither that lasts for a long duration. I think if you get hit by a Wither in hard mode, or hit by a Wither skeleton in hard mode, it maybe lasts like 10-15 seconds at most. Poisoned by a cave spider lasts for 15 seconds, but then the poisons for that are a little bit longer. So this is Potion of the Turtle Master. That's Potion 2. It doesn't say Potion of the Turtle Master 2, but it is, because that's slowness 6, resistance 4. Nuts. I have no idea how I'm going to do that. We're going to. We're definitely going to. It's just going to be, the timing is going to be so tight. A tutorial on what you can do with an armor stand would be a nice feature episode of the survival guide. The thing about armor stands is what you can do with them without arms and posability is relatively slim. There are tons of things that you can do, and I used to do tutorials using armor stands quite a lot, because you can use them for some fun stuff. But if you don't have that data pack they have on Hermitcraft with the armor stand posing book, or if you're on Bedrock, I'm pretty sure you can like right-click on the armor stand with Shift and it will like cycle through a bunch of poses or something. I think there is a way to cycle through default poses on Bedrock. And on Bedrock, they automatically come with arms, which I think is unfair on Java players, personally, but that's just me. It's going to be more difficult to do stuff like that in vanilla survival. I could do a whole thing about commands as well, but I think the book is just easier. So if I do anything about the armor stand poses, I'm just going to be like, install the data pack instead of learning the commands. It's much easier, and I can explain it easier. Saw Azuma prank Doc M with a Turtle Master potion. Turtle Master 2 is brutal. Having slowness 6, you can barely move. You're standing on soul sand or moving through a cobweb. You probably wouldn't be able to move at all. Yeah, I know, there's the chicken plop noise. The subtitles are so great. I'm pretty sure there is a thing, if you go to a woodland mansion, doesn't the Vindicator one say Vindicator vindicates or something like that? I'm pretty sure it says something along those lines. Also, is there a chicken in my storage system? It says chicken clucks, but is that just a chicken outside, or is it in the machine somehow? The cluck in the machine. Fatal Feared, finally you get a live stream. You made it, this live stream. It's all yours. Yeah, why doesn't Bedrock have subtitles yet? That just feels like an oversight to me, as far as like accessibility goes. And I really hope they're working on some of that stuff for the upcoming beta, because the Java snapshot added a bunch of like accessibility features. which I think are really important. And I rather think that Bedrock should do the same. What am I doing? Right now, I am going to grab some glass from in here and make some glass bottles because I've been making a potions lab. 24 should be enough. Apparently, I need 13 potion effects for the advancement we're going to do in today's episode. The episode I'm recording today will be out tomorrow. Got to go already, Black Feather? Didn't even see you popping in. I'm sorry about that. Looking forward to the next episode. Good to hear. Hope you're doing all right, buddy. You're thinking of building Ilmango's drowned farm in your survival world? Me too, actually. I need some sort of drowned farm, and Ilmango's may as well be the one I do. Should be some more glass bottles up in here. Yeah, there's some. I think I might have some glass up here as well. Oh, I do. Excellent. Good. Yeah, 60 will be a decent number to stick with for now. Could always take some glass down there with me as well, I suppose, but either way. The Real Don't Call Me Sir has subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime sub here. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million, and I appreciate the support. Is there an episode coming out today? An episode of Cobble Clicker came out today. Minecraft Survival Guide is a Monday to Friday show. 5 episodes a week, no more, and hopefully no less. But yeah, gotta have weekends, man. Gotta have weekends. And Cobble Clicker is really easy to record. I just log in, play for like half an hour, we have an episode. Minecraft Survival Guide takes a lot more planning, therefore I cannot produce an episode 7 days a week. I need to live. Why don't I turn all the potions into splash potions so I can apply them really fast? Who's to say I won't? Who's to say I won't? I'm not recording the episode yet. You don't know what I'm going to do. I might even add them all into a dispenser so I can splash all of them on me at once. Like that. Just you try to stop me. They laughed at me at the academy. Canav, or Canavi. Worst item in Minecraft, poisonous potatoes or flint. Hands down. I might take some more Dragon's Breath over with us as well. Yeah, poisonous potatoes are the worst. But they're designed to be the worst, so that's kind of the idea. Let's enchant the turtle helmet, if I've got it on me. I do. All right, let's see what we get, folks. Gunning for Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, Respiration 3, Aqua Affinity. I gotta say, not bad, right? That's not bad. That is actually the best enchant I have got on a table this entire season of Minecraft Survival Guide. Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, Respiration 3. Single enchant. On a helmet I will probably not use, but still. But still, the effect is there, right? The effect is there. I even have an Aqua Affinity book in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. I have a lot of protection and Silk Touch. This is all the stuff I've been trading for my villagers. Aqua Affinity, please. Oh, there's one. Yes. So good. So good. And, oh, Mending. Gotta have Mending on this boy. Am I out of Mending? Mending. 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 No, okay, we need to trade one. Mendelssohn. Got an offer for you, buddy. You're going to like it. I don't think I have any... Oh, I do have some spare books, of course. They're in here. Hi, friend. 10 emeralds per book. Of course, you lock it out after 1. You going to refresh that trade for me there, buddy? Of course not. Well, Aqua Affinity plus Mending to either way for 5 levels. What a helm. What a helm. Goodness me. Oh yeah. I like that. I love the fact that it comes down over your eyes. It's kind of adorable. Kind of adorable. Oh, that's so good. But then I'm only at like half armor if I wear that, and I don't have armor toughness from that one, which you get from the diamond stuff. Am I going to update this world to 1.14? Absolutely. We were talking earlier about how good barrels are going to be in my town. Could just wear that all the time. I would like to, in a way, but yeah, I don't know. This one has all the same enchants, just more armor and more armor toughness. We'll wear it for the rest of the stream. We'll wear it for the rest of the stream. Mendelsohn, my dude, you gotta unlock that trade, man. Gotta unlock that trade. Some nether brick. Yeah, we'll put all of this stuff away. Oh, do you have bookshelves? 3 emeralds for a bookshelf. I think I will, thank you. Seriously, man? Okay. We're going to have to get some paper for this boy. Need some paper. When I mine, how long do I go for? I tend to strip mine with haste 2, so I guess like an hour or 2. We mine resources every Tuesday on this stream. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and every Tuesday we do a Chopping Tuesday, where we go and like harvest some trees, chop some wood, we do some mining, we go end raiding, that kind of stuff. The resource gathering streams. Exactly. We go to the chopper. And occasionally we have Chopin Tuesday, where we listen to nocturnes. Do I know how many diamonds are in a Minecraft world? I mean, Minecraft world is technically kind of infinite. Kind of infinite up till about, like, 6 million blocks in each direction or something. So, yeah, you have... Is it 6 million or 60 million? It's 60 million, isn't it? 6 million seems kind of small. Chopping Tuesdays. Exactly why I said it. Because, yeah, it wouldn't work for somebody who pronounced it Tuesdays. Then we could have Tunneling Tuesdays or something. Would it be possible to stream at 7:30? I don't know what 7:30 is for you. And no, I stream when I want to stream. I stream at times that are convenient to me. If you miss the streams, you can always watch them back on my VODs channel, youtube.com/pixelvods. Occasionally I do earlier streams. I'm mostly just messing with you. Like I occasionally do earlier streams, but yeah, generally speaking, it's up to me to set the schedule. I'm going to stream when I want. Let's put the rest of the paper in the fireworks chest. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum. Cool. I think we might add a couple of bookshelves to the potions lab. I know I've just put loads of stuff down there, but yeah. I want to put more. Doing an earlier stream now because of the time change. See, I thought it was going to be a later stream, but then it's like... It's confusing. In fact, if anything, because I started at 4, this stream was basically on par with all of the rest of the stuff I've done lately. There you go, 51 billion. Is that diamonds? Is that how many diamonds there are? Yeah, let's put some bookshelves up in here. I like the idea of having this stuff in the background as a little bit of set dressing. Perfect. We need to put some more dragon's breath in here, and we need to have the glass bottles. I'm not going to leave the cauldrons in there. There's no need. That 51 quintillion diamonds or something. And books keeping the water at bay. Yep. Not treating them right, really, is it? But there you go. Minecraft is thee with a single bit. Thank you for the bit. Hello. Hey, Talismancer. Welcome along. Okay. Calming down. Going to bed. There we go. Gotta take a nap. Oh, Drats is here as well. Hello, Drats. Welcome along. Heard you and Talismancer celebrated your 1-year anniversary lately, or it's coming up, or somewhere around this region anyway. Congrats. You just encountered 5 creepers? Nice. Last Monday. There we go. There we go. Congratulations for last Monday. Impal, I'm good. Keep the chat PG if you wouldn't mind, but sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. If you fortune 3 those diamonds, then 113 quintillion after that. There you go. Right. Yeah, I'm really going to have to figure out a nether wart farm at some point. I want more red nether brick. I think red nether brick for the roofs in some of Founder's Forge would look great. No worries, Empal. It happens. It happens. I wouldn't take such a hard line on it if Minecraft wasn't a game that gets, like, browsed on Twitch by a lot of kids, and so I don't want to be responsible for getting anyone in trouble, you know? Stick some of this in the system. There we go. Really didn't use as much wood as I expected to. I'm running out of space for nether brick, apparently. Right. Grass, stone, dirt, all this junk can all go in here. The mossy stuff can go in there. And jungle stuff can go in there. And everything else is upstairs, I think. Didn't use any quartz, after all. Didn't really use any bone blocks except for the bone meal. Dark prismarine can go in there. I think clay I put, like, in here somewhere. I need a better storage system. It's probably going to be a project for Founder's Forge at some point, is better storage. Maybe even in the castle, when it comes to that. Yeah, the thing is, I've been kind of resistant to building a storage system that is just, like, everything in the game, because then you've got nowhere to go from there, you know? I think one of the things I want to do is always leave something to do in the world, and never create a storage system that's, like, the be-all, end-all of storage, and there's nowhere to go from there. So I deliberately kept this one relatively small, both to make it an achievable task for where I was at in terms of my resources at the time, but also because I didn't want to just go straight for the biggest thing and not have any higher to climb. You always leave yourself a challenge. Let's fortune some of this redstone, or I need redstone. This is basically all the redstone I've got, plus what's in this shulker box, which is 64 blocks of redstone, but that won't even take us that far. Basketball Brian, hello. I feel like you should be some sort of celebrity. The Basketball Brian? Welcome along. Glad you can make it to today's stream. Hope you're having a good day. The one, the only, Basketball Brian. What's happening on today's stream? I have built a potions lab that's going to be the set of tomorrow's episode of the Minecraft Survival Guide, and now I'm fortuning some redstone ore. We also enchanted a turtle shell helmet and got some amazing enchants on it. First try. And then I'm probably going to do a little bit more work on the ancient archways, I think. And that way we can just do a little bit more work over there, and I can chat to you guys, because I feel like I've been missing a lot of the fun stuff that people are saying in the chat because we were so hard at work on those potion brewing environs. Wonder about a ghast farm. Sounds interesting to build. A lot of people build their ghast farms on the roof of the Nether, and that's probably going to be the place to do one if we do one in this series, which I would still like to. I may have to look up a little bit of stuff about that. But one of the things I want to do first, really, is to get that achievement, advancement, where you bring a ghast back to the overworld, this one, and kill it. That's fun. I like that idea. And it means building a pretty big nether portal, for the most part. But, hey, we have a pretty big nether portal now. So I imagine if it happens, it'll happen very, very easily and sooner than we would think. If it happens by accident. If it happens on purpose, it's going to take me ages. But I think this might be like advancement week, actually, now that I think about it, because there's a few things I need to clear up. For a start, Furious Cocktail is definitely happening tomorrow. I might try and do this one at some point. Subspace Bubble is fairly easy, but I need to find some place that it is worth me going 7 kilometers to, which is 7,000 blocks from our current location. I could do that maybe if we built a nether portal at the Woodland Mansion. At which point, potentially, we could use that as a springboard to bring the Vindicators back and make a cow farm. A balanced diet is going to be a difficult one. That advancement is broken. The only other ones are this one, which requires you to kill a polar bear, which I have beef with, and then use a Totem of Undying to cheat death, which we can do. I have a few Totems of Undying. I don't really mind sacrificing one, but yeah, it's one of those things that, like, I would sort of prefer for it to happen naturally. Kind of. Ashman W with the host. Thank you. Real Minecrafters pillar their redstone to fortune. I think I have more than 256 blocks of redstone here. If I don't, then I had close to it. I had like 4 stacks of redstone ore. So, yeah, that would be easily to build height because we're at like Y70 here. What was my hardest project? I feel like the hot air balloon was pretty difficult. Although I think my hardest project for anybody who's on the last stream was probably building that circle in the Nether, because it took me about 3 hours to get it right. That was difficult. Scratching my head the whole time. Mary Miner is here, loving the series so far, and you're happy to finally catch a stream. Time zones don't work in your favor. I know. I do really wish that it made more sense for me to stream at all times of the day. But I feel like a lot of the time I can only really spare a certain time slot, you know? So I'm sorry if people have to either stay up late or get up early in the southern hemispheres. And, I mean, it's not even the hemisphere that's the problem, is it? Because it's like, South Africa is basically like an hour apart from us. It's the longitude. Or the other one. I always get the two mixed up. The lats and the longs. Hate that we can't build above the Nether in console or Bedrock Edition. Yeah, I agree. I think the roof of the Nether is one of those Java things that everyone would just get mad if they took it out, so they've probably just kept it in arbitrarily. And they could reduce the roof height of the Nether, but everyone would just be like, oh, why? And then they'd have to give it back. So they solved that in Bedrock by just not putting it there to begin with. Can't miss a place you've never been. Use plots for circles. I did. It was still difficult. Because I was trying to work out the diameter of this circle, and I kept getting it wrong. If anything, I'd encourage people not to watch that VOD, because it's a descent into madness. And not a particularly entertaining one either. Like, I'm not the type of person who, like, flips out when stuff goes wrong. It's just me getting, like, mildly frustrated, which is not entertaining, in my opinion. Maybe you guys enjoyed it, I don't know. Why do I always run along the edge of the bridge? I'm not. Look, I'm running down the middle. I run along the edges of the bridge because then I can jump off and it's easier to take off using elytra. Whereas half the time I really don't run everywhere in this world. I fly. And I'm happy about that. I find it a lot more, you know, expedient to fly everywhere. It's also a lot more fun. I like seeing my world from above. Like, just being able to look out over some of this stuff, although it's not exactly rendering in right now. Just being able to see the world from the air is really nice. I need to put one ingot there, take all these poppies and throw them in a fire or something. Might not do that, but let's turn this into blocks. Lovely. May as well empty this out regularly. You don't like people that fake how upset they are? Yeah, I know. I never want to fake a reaction to it, but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm naturally quite a calm person. And I don't know if anybody finds that particularly entertaining. But if you're the kind of person who enjoys seeing somebody restrained, then... and not in, like, the handcuffs behind the back kind of way. Parkour is always fun. Yeah, that's the other thing. I made the excuse on a previous stream that I was one of those kids who always used to, like, get up and run along the edges of walls when I was running around, because it's just more exciting than walking along the pavement. You're scared of what the next update will do to your trading hall. You'll probably just have to put beds and workstations in there, and then you'll be fine. Don't be scared of it. See? Doing it now. It's like a balancing act. Am I going to fall off? Oh, oh. And then you leap, and then you fly. And it's nice and easy to fly from that position. So what I want to do is head back over here and do a little bit more building over here in the archways. Because this is a fun little project, and I want to continue it. Here and there. Let's see what we've got on us. Good. We've got some good supplies. I think the last one we did was this one, and then I think there's still some detail to add to it because it's coming out of the water and I wasn't really able to pillar up there. Oh, we've got that side done. This is looking like real cool now. This is looking like a big old forest of archways. Nate Walker, such an underrated YouTuber. Keep up the good work. Love your videos. Thank you. I will. Really glad you're enjoying the videos. Thank you so much. Saw Zuma have a mini meltdown the other day over being told he wasn't changing his skin fast enough. Was he still a Yeti at the last count? I feel like everyone gets so used to Grian's costume changes at this point that they're like, why aren't people changing their skins all over the place? Is this Nether Fortress inspired? Not initially, but a few people likened it to being an overworld equivalent of a Nether Fortress, and I kind of like that as an idea. X shaved the fur from his armor and helmet. I like the idea that he just grew it over the top. That's really funny. He was a Yeti for a long time. Yeah, it was. I think it was in the snowball fight they were having over Christmas, wasn't it? In the December, like, points competition that he did that. That was a little while ago, but man can do what he wants. I don't get people, like, bugging him about it. This is definitely one of the taller ones. Someone who watched Recap and loved Paul Sauce Jr.'s How to Survive and Thrive series. How should you start watching Survival Guide so you stay interested? I mean, just start at the beginning if you like. And I've always thought of Survival Guide as a good series that people can either dip in and out of if they are tutorial hunting and just want to find out how to do one specific thing. And people who really want, like, a Minecraft Let's Play to sink their teeth into aren't going to be disappointed because there is a lot of just material to go through. But it's really up to you how you want to watch it. Just pick an episode that you think you'll like. I've done 100 or so of them at this point. Nuns will tell you to start at the very beginning, but Do we have any polished andesite around? I feel like I added it to so many of the side bits of there, and I haven't really done that with some of the other standalone pillars. I think I probably have some somewhere. It's 184 people here right now. Thank you guys so much for showing up to today's stream. I really appreciate the support lately. Like, once again, you guys have been blowing my mind with the amount of people who turn up. It's very, very cool. Make an auto poppy burner. I could probably do that at some point, yeah. I have yet to make any kind of trash can because I hate throwing away items. I don't want to, you know, call myself a hoarder because I feel like that kind of describes a different sort of behavior than the behavior I'm talking about. But, like, there's definitely a case of not wanting to throw away items because eventually you will need them and run out of them. Like, if I want to dye a ton of stuff red, then I will regret throwing away any poppy that I've thrown away in my entire Minecraft career. So it happens that way. Don't like to waste stuff. Yeah, there you go. Oh, hi. Little gold drowned fella. Left us his boots. I don't want them. That's quite funny. I came down from that netherrack pillar right on top of a drowned. He didn't even see me. Now I have to remember how to build all of this, and this has been ages. Oh my goodness. We got some gifted subs coming in. The Vixen has gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much for your generous gift of 5 subs to the community. Sanzor, Carnage, Sharo, VRTX, and Monkey Man. Thank you so much for joining the community. Enjoy your pixel hype, pixel flip, and space tea emotes. Welcome to the pixels. You are 1 in a million. You're 5 in a million, I suppose. And I appreciate the support, Vixen. Thank you so much for that generous gift. So much hype going off in the chat right now. Am I still in hard mode? Yeah, permanently. Permanently. There you go. There's your proof. It's locked, so I can't change it. You can still change it using commands, but I don't plan to. It's really not that different from playing on normal in the grand scheme of things. You get slightly more mob spawns, slightly harder mobs, that's it. Looking forward to finding some invisible spiders at some point. It's funny, somebody in the Spawn Chunks community Discord was saying that their husband hadn't heard that there were invisible spiders in the game and was apparently very upset to find out after I posted that video the other day. Is this right? I think that goes down lower than we have it here. It's one of those things where I know when it's right. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, like so, and then 2, and then 2, and then 1, and then 1, and 1. So we have 2 there, 1, 1. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's actually perfect. And then each of the ends of these has polished andesite on it. Are Java mechanics more technical than Bedrock? I don't know about more technical. I feel like there are certain aspects of Java Minecraft that are more reliable than Bedrock, which is why I find them appealing. Like, if you watch Mumbo Jumbo's video about why he doesn't like Bedrock, he goes into more detail about this, but the redstone timings aren't as reliable on Bedrock. Like, redstone behavior is a little bit more random. If you place 2 inputs going into a single, like, or you place 2 input pistons going into the same block, like, sometimes one piston will activate and then sometimes the other piston will activate, even if they're on, like, the same timing. Like, it seems kind of random when it chooses how that stuff should work, and Yeah, apparently that's a problem for redstone contraptions. A lot of the stuff that happens in Java Minecraft actually kind of relies on quirks of redstone that could be considered bugs. So it's a little bit different depending on like who you ask, I suppose. I think it's like that. I need to really build this to find out. Yeah, there we go. We did get it right. I can't quite reach that one. Boop. Cool. Differences between Java and Bedrock seem pretty minor for the most part. I mean, they are, really. It's funny that you say mob spawning makes Bedrock a ghost town compared to Java. I feel like a lot of the Bedrock mob cap is just taken up by Drowned. From what I understand, the Drowned are a real problem on Bedrock Edition. But then that's made up for by the fact that you get a trident, like you get a small chance to get a trident from basically any Drowned. Whereas on Java, you do not. Famously, in fact. Wow, creeper meeting. It's always really funny when they just don't spot you for a minute there. And when you whiff 2 arrows trying to hit them. These guys always swerving. The Drowned are crazy, but you do have 3 tridents. Yeah, exactly. I have no trident right now because mine got blown up. Oh god, the hissy uncles. I always forget about that, and then somebody brings it up in the chat, and I keep forgetting that's what we call creepers in DV Season 4. That was a good season. I enjoyed that one. That 9 chunk by 9 chunk grid that checks for density cap is what kills Bedrock spawning. Fair enough. Like, I don't know enough about the mechanics, which is why when a lot of people have requested that I do a Bedrock survival guide, I'm like, I don't really know. I've only ever really played Java as far as survival goes. I did a very, very short single-player Bedrock series a while back, and it was a long time ago, like a few years ago now, before things had really kind of shifted and feature parity was a thing. And obviously, I feel like everyone holds up feature parity like it's some kind of big deal, but Bedrock has its own jam a lot of the time anyway. And features are one thing, mechanics are another thing. Am I on Hermitcraft? No, I'm not on Hermitcraft. Are these creepers on Hermitcraft? Knock that guy upside of the head. He didn't realize where I was. That was a bit of fun. I hit him from the side, and he was just like, "Well, I'll keep going this way then." Where can I land that's sensible? I guess up here. Here we go. I should really do some counting one of these days. I should actually count how far down these things go. But I think it's to about there. And then we cap those off with... Oh, put it in my inventory instead of my hotbar. Polished andesite. There. Sure, that looks about right. We'll go with it. Creepers are not known for their IQ. Sideways walking fools. I think we'll put another quartz intersection on here as well. Make a couple more pillars. A few stairs. We haven't done much with chiseled quartz yet either. I think I'll use stone slabs, smooth stone blocks, or even andesite slabs for this build. Not for this one. I really like the stone slabs, as they are now, the smooth stone slabs. Whichever ones they end up being called, I forget exactly how they are defining them after the update. Something I intend to just roll with whatever they do. Yeah, I plan on doing stuff with those in other areas, but for right now, I'm not planning on changing up the palette of this build very much. This is meant to look like it's fallen over, by the way. It's a little bit weird. Maybe we'll do something like that. Just kind of fallen off. Anyway, yeah, I don't plan on doing too much with this, and this is not meant to be important anyway. I like what we've got here, and I just want to continue the pattern. Creepers are like fangirls. Yeah, explosive fangirls. Type of fans you want to avoid, ideally. And let's not just characterize girls that way as well. There's some fanboys who are like that too. Half the time it gets worse with boys. They can get creepy. Anyone can get creepy, though. Right, let's hop down here and see where we get to with counting. Everyone loves counting with pixel riffs. So we need to go out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15. 16. 17, 18, and this is where we start the next pillar. Good. I should join Hermitcraft. Thanks for the advice. Have I met any creeping people IRL? No. I met Talismancer the other day. That was fun. Not to immediately jump to, like, I met Talismancer after talking about creeping people, because Talismancer is lovely. He popped round and had some tea and some gingerbread. It was a lovely time. He just happens to live close to my area. Yes, congratulations, Talismancer. You're not creepy. One of the few. No, I kid. It's never really the case that I've been well-known, quote-unquote, enough to have anybody, like, come up to me in public or anything. Like, I'm a streamer who gets maybe 150 viewers, which seems like a lot, obviously, but is not all that much in the grand scheme of things. Like, I'm not going to get recognized in public like I'm Ninja. Same with my YouTube channel. Like, I've been approached a couple of times at events that I went to, heavily publicized the fact that I was there and it was okay for people to come up and talk to me. Like, nobody's going to be walking up to me in the street when I'm just around and be like, are you Pixel Riffs? It's not going to happen. Do I code? I do not code. I'm not a coder. If I was Joe Hills, I would make some kind of reference about how coda is also the name for the ending of something and be like, I am a beginning, but I'm not Joe Hills. Some of you may be happy about that. 50,000 subs is a pretty big number. I have 87,000 now, and that's still relatively small in the grand scheme of things. Like, my face is not exactly on everybody's fridge. I don't know why it would be on anybody's fridge if I was bigger, but still. Fridges is where I'm looking forward to being as a large-scale YouTuber. It's on your fridge. Got me that into a magnet, did you? People in the chat don't seem to understand how the plan command works. I'm enjoying the inventive uses of the plan command. The plan only applies to Survival Guide, and it only applies to questions where like, are you going to build an Enderman farm? Yes, eventually. Give me time. One of those fridges that's got an iPad on it and what you can watch Twitch on on your fridge. I laugh, but that's probably the case. Yes, insert reasonable request here. Not Mason, you found me. You found me streaming. Congratulations. I feel like there should be some kind of contest, like when you look for the white cream egg or whatever. Except I don't have, like, prize money to give away. But congrats. Glad you can make it to today's stream. Hope you're having a good one. Settle in and relax. We're doing some building here today. Get a heart attack every time I fall down the tower like that. It's fine. I've got wings. I've got wings and there's water below me, no less. I've died in this world a grand total of 5 times. In 100 and something episodes. So... insert everybody in the chat warning me against bragging. I know. But I just want to say that I'm okay. I'll be alright. You don't got to worry about me now. If you suffer from vertigo, on the other hand, I deeply apologize. Because I do reckless things like jumping off of stuff quite a lot in this series, but I've got it under control. Minecraft conveys a sense of height like nothing else. I mean, it's a pretty immersive game. You can count the height, and it's quite easy to get up high in Minecraft as well. Just being able to pillar up the way you can in Minecraft is very very useful. But yeah, gonna have to jump down from this. Take well, virtually no fall damage actually, thanks to the protection enchants. There is no tutorial for a plan command. You type plan and it tells you that the plan is to build whatever everyone is asking me to build eventually. Jared Schultz has subscribed using Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for your Twitch Prime sub. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. I appreciate the support, Jared. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is there a way to break bedrock on Bedrock Edition? I don't think so, and if there is, you can't build anything on the roof of the Nether anyway. If you want to break bedrock at the bottom of the world, I imagine it is, and I think in the new beta, planting bamboo and bone mealing it, from what I've heard, is what you can use to break bedrock. Like, you can just bone meal bamboo and it replaces all of its blocks upwards. I expect that's just a bug that will be patched eventually. It's definitely not intended behavior. But, yeah, I think bamboo is actually going to... be a lot of people's way of breaking bedrock if they need to. Do I know if my general mob farm works on bedrock? I mean, the principle is the same. I don't know about the redstone timings, like the hopper clock and stuff, but the principle is the same. Basically, all you have to do is create a dark space, like, without any other dark spaces nearby, and that's, technically speaking, the only places hostile mobs should spawn. That's how Minecraft spawning mechanics are supposed to work. I mean, is it guaranteed? No. Because Bedrock does some weird things. But in my Cobble Clicker series with Zloy, I built a mob spawner that's just a platform in the sky with water streams that lead into the central, like, drop chute. And that works. That, like, drops mobs on us every night. And I haven't been able to box it in to make it drop mobs constantly, so I don't know if that aspect of it works during the day, but during the night that thing drops mobs like Billy-O. Because it's a skyblock world, there is void around you and very little other spawnable space. So, yeah. I don't know if I presume the 128 block despawn thing works on Bedrock as well. I don't know for certain. Best mob farm you ever built was in a skyblock world. Well, yeah, if you're surrounded by the void, they've got nowhere else to spawn. So it makes a lot of sense. I plan on releasing a world download eventually, Dasher Pack, but I do not plan on releasing it, like, right now. Basically, I want to finish off the town that I'm building over there. Which is a slow process, I understand, but I'm also waiting for 1.14 before I do a lot of the building over there, because there's going to be some really good stuff added in 1.14 that I'm planning on using. I might take a save of it in 1.13 before I update. I mean, I'll definitely make a backup anyway, because updates sometimes break worlds, right? But, yeah, if anybody wants to download, like, the old version of it for 1.13, then I might publish that when I publish the 1.14 updates. But, yeah, I plan to release a world download when I'm happy with the product, I guess. A villager's going to live in my cities in the next update. I don't know. I'm not entirely confident in the way the villager mechanics work to know if I can have villagers, like, living and working in the city. It's something I still have yet to figure out. How long is left on the stream for today? What time is it? Probably about another 45 minutes, maybe slightly longer. There's the chicken. You. I heard you. Scrambling around. Got some more stone in there, have we? Good, okay. Maybe I'll take some of that over. Speaking of villages, are they removing zombie villages from the game? I don't know. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I saw that coming and I just thought, yeah, we're just going to collide with the shulker box. That's an easy way to stop. New villagers will spawn only in chunks that haven't been loaded yet. I mean, the new villagers are going to just update from the old ones. So any old villages you had will become new. The new villages, like the new structures, yes, will only generate in chunks that you haven't loaded before. But you can find villagers anywhere. Cub and Azuma have both found zombie villages in the snapshots. Cool. So those are still knocking around here and there. That's good. I like that as a feature. It's fun. Adds a little variety. And it may have been possible that there was a bug in a snapshot that meant that they couldn't spawn at one point. Just one of those things that they fixed recently. A lot of people aren't that good at reading the changelog. Not to, like, put people on blast here or anything. Sometimes changelogs are a little bit weird and esoteric when it comes to the information they provide. But a lot of people were telling me that mobs spawn on glass now. And that was actually in a changelog as a bug that was fixed. But I think a lot of people think that when the changelog comes out, if it says, like, mobs spawn on glass, then that's an actual feature they've added, and they fixed a bug that prevented mobs from spawning on glass. It's like, no, they fixed the bug MC1348 or whatever, and the bug is called mobs spawn on glass. So the bug fix list is often a little bit confusing. Mobs do spawn on grass, yes. But grass is a different word. The spelling is important. When old villagers convert to new villagers, will their trades be the same? From what I have seen so far, yes. But I don't know if that is going to change. Recently I loaded this world up in the snapshot that was current at the time, which I think was 19W11A. But it's in the episode about loading snapshots. It was episode 99 of the Minecraft Survival Guide. And when I loaded that version of the world, when I loaded the backup in snapshots, all of my villagers had the same trades. I don't know if they would keep the same trades over the long term. Like, I don't know if they still plan on having villagers kind of forget their trades and change them. But, yeah, it seemed to be more or less the same. One of the pillars should be toppled over or lean against the mountain. I like that idea. I'm not quite certain how I would pull that off. Like, I could probably build one like that, but I don't know quite what it would... I'm not good with, like, physics, like imagining the physics of something falling like that and how it would break apart and stuff. We could probably come up with something like that, but right now I just like being able to build the formula. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, once you move this whole thing over here. I also have no idea where this is going to stop. It's going to be like the mega structure from Blam. It will just, like, continue forever. We'll see. We'll see. It's going to reach the moon eventually. I think this one here is going to be sort of unique in that it doesn't have a supporting pillar here because this mountaintop is big enough that they can just build onto the side of this. Do I speak a foreign language? No. I think I mentioned this on previous streams. Like, I learned a little bit of German in school, but I really don't remember enough of it to say that I know German, you know? Now, here's a question. Do we keep the spacing of all of these the same, or do I do one... I kind of want to do one that's, like, halfway out between those two. So that the pillar starts... Like, if we count 18 blocks from the pillars, it starts halfway, so there's, like, 9 blocks. This is me doing maths again. I'm doing circle maths again. It's not going to work out very well. I know Russian cursing words because of Zloy. Believe me, if I knew Russian cursing words because of Zloy, then I would have to have A, understood what those meant, and B, managed to retain the information and be able to reproduce the sounds, which a lot of the time in Russian, I don't think I could do, because, like, I have no idea what's being said. A lot of the way I learn, in terms of, like, language stuff, I have to see stuff written down, so that my brain can understand how the sounds look when they're written out. It's the same with people's names. If it's a name that is unfamiliar to me and I haven't seen written down before, I have a hard time grasping it until I've seen it in text, unless the text is an alphabet I don't understand, like Arabic or Russian. And yeah, it's difficult for me to grasp some of that stuff until I've seen it written out in the, you know, the English alphabet, or the alphabet English uses. So yeah. You know Russian profanity from the Israeli military. There you go. How come I'm not on Hermitcraft? Because I haven't been invited to Hermitcraft. Like, it's... I understand people's enthusiasm for Hermitcraft, but it's always funny people asking me that like I have a good answer. You know? One does not simply join Hermitcraft. Also, if everybody who deserved to be on Hermitcraft was able to join Hermitcraft, Hermitcraft would have like 200 members and be completely unmanageable as a community. So I kind of understand why they're not inviting everybody who people think could be on Hermitcraft. One does not simply Hermitcraft. Yeah, the problem with doing something halfway along here, I've just realized, and people in the chat have probably already realized this, is because I'm building these with an 18 block gap between the pillars, but the pillars are 3x3 at the base, or kind of 5x5, I guess, at the base. So it's never going to be exactly halfway along unless I extended this out by 1 block. And then we could have it halfway along here. Either that or we make an even number wide pillar, which just feels like it's not going to work. So I'll just put it wherever I want, I guess, is the takeaway from that. I'll build it wherever it looks right. Which is about here. What's the best way to repair a Elytra? Mending, probably. If you don't have access to a good XP farm, though, then just use Phantom Membrane and Anvil. But then you'll need XP for that anyway, so sooner or later, mending is always the best option. Ah. That's a concern. This actually needed to be there. Oh my goodness. We have a raid coming in. Eat lamelons. I do not have lamelons. Let me find lamelons. Cryo with the raid. Thank you so much, Cryo. Welcome along. Hello, raiders. Hello. Folks in the chat, let's show them some hype. We got some bits coming in. Artuzka, thank you for the bits. Wow, Cryo with a huge raid. Thank you so much, Cryo. Welcome along, raiders. My name is Pixelriffs. I'm a YouTube Minecrafter and streamer. Also a podcaster. I imagine people are probably dropping hella links in the chat right now. If you could drop a shout out to Cryo as well, that would be fantastic of you mods. Welcome along. Today we're doing some work over here in my Minecraft survival guide world. This is my single player world. We're just doing some casual building right now. This is a project I've been working on some streams for a while. Got a neat little series of archways we're building out here in the mountains. Trying to make a very ancient and ethereal and symmetrical looking build. But I hope you guys will stick around and enjoy. Drop a follow if you like what you see. How was your stream, buddy? How was Cryo's stream today? What were you guys up to? I love the emotes as well. That's a really cute little penguin. What is my opinion on 1.14? I'm really looking forward to it. I always look forward to change in Minecraft. I am not somebody who is afraid of new mechanics and new stuff to do. And as somebody who is mainly a builder, I know the technical community is a little bit up in arms about some of the stuff that's happening with iron farms, but I'm more in the vein of like building and exploring and like little projects, little redstone gadgets when I need them, but for the most part, I am mostly just excited for what's around the corner, you know? Does Hermitcraft Recap official? Hermitcraft Recap does not official. Hermitcraft Recap fan. Working on your base on 240p, cool. You got such a great cast on that server, man. Like, I occasionally tune into people's streams from 240p. I know Jancy streams from that server on occasion. His, like, castle base out in the water is looking really great. Pretty sure Tab Twice is on that server as well. Like, I've seen a few people from that server, and you all seem to be having a great time. Do I play on a server? I play on the decidedly vanilla server, but lately that series has been on hiatus because the Minecraft Survival Guide is kind of my main project right now. I'm doing Effectively, it's like a tutorial let's play kind of series. It's a combination of the two. And I've been making that 5 days a week on my YouTube channel, so it's become a very much like a full-time commitment, and splitting your time between 2 survival servers is always a little bit tricky. So right now my decidedly vanilla server series is on a bit of a hiatus. How do I stay inspired to keep coming up with great ideas for builds? It varies, really. Like, there's a lot of places you can find inspiration. Sometimes I have the basic idea, but I don't know what stuff is going to look like. And at that point, going online, doing some Google searching, just doing some searching for resources, looking for concept art for, like, from fantasy artists and stuff is really good for stuff like this. Because, yeah, you'll find a lot of people build stuff that is based on sketches they've seen, or like fun concept art, and like even real world locations too. Like you can find a lot of great inspiration from stuff that is in the real world, photographs that you've just spotted on Reddit communities and stuff like that. You can find inspiration from all over the place. I don't tend to do too much like resource hunting when it comes to finding concept art, but after a while, you just kind of get used to building stuff from your imagination, and you can always sketch it out in creative first, so that's usually a good way to start. You're so new to Twitch. I hope you're having fun here. Twitch is a little bit confusing at first. Like, I found the whole experience a little bit odd to begin with, back when I first checked it out. Any insight for the podcast tomorrow? What's the discussion topic? I don't know at this point. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about with the latest snapshots, because we finally have, like, fleshed out raid mechanics, and Hero of the Village has been added, and there's a bunch of stuff to talk about there, so we will definitely get into the snapshot. I kind of want to revisit the discussion that I was going to have on the round table, if people voted for it, about food, so we might default to that if Joel hasn't come up with something else in the meantime. But I'm sure I'll have a chat with him shortly. And we've got a couple of great emails that we want to cover, so maybe one of those will spin out into a discussion for the episode. Village breeding is back. Yeah, I've seen, actually, yeah. My podcast is The Spawn Chunks. You can find it on all good podcast apps. We're on iTunes, Google, Spotify, all those guys. Or thespawnchunks.com. I use an app called Overcast to listen to podcasts. You can just search for us in Overcast and you'll be there. Hello. Yeah, it's called The Spawn Chunks. It's just got a big, like, cyan-coloured logo. It says The Spawn Chunks on it in big white letters. You'll find it. Excuse you. This skeleton is a sniper. Okay, gonna have to back out of this one. I do not have food on my hotbar, and that was a mistake. Do I have a wife and or YouTube channel? I have both. I have both. Funny how you talked about those like they were mutually exclusive, right? +200 viewers. I know, right? Thank you so much, Cryo, again, for that massive raid. Really awesome stuff. Discretion is the better part of valor. That's right. It's what you get. It's what you get when I've had my chicken. Wow, that guy dropped all his armor. Okay, we're out of torches. Not ready. Not ready for the spiders. The worst part is they can follow me up the pillars, but looks like that guy's not going to bother. Getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. And of course we're running out of slabs again. Look at look at this. Look at the state of this. the arrow sticking firmly out of the back of my head. That one's right in the brainstem. Best way to get arrows in survival is to fight skeletons. Fight skeletons with a looting sword. Get yourself a skeleton spawner. You'll never need flint again. Which is why I hate flint. Because I always try and find a skeleton spawner in my world, and then once I've got that, endless supply of arrows. Also, get infinity, and then you'll never need arrows again. Is there any way of removing enchantments and putting them on new items? You can't put them on new items, but you can remove enchantments by combining the enchanted items in your crafting interface. Like if you put that in there with another pair of leather pants, you get a repaired pair of leather pants, but the enchantments go away. And if you do that, then you can always re-enchant the gear, but you can't move those enchantments. Like you couldn't get the protection 4 enchantment off of those and put it on like a diamond helmet or anything. You can't move it to a book. The grindstone that's coming out in the forthcoming updates on both Bedrock and Java is actually going to be able to remove enchantments and give you XP back for them. It basically takes over from the crafting interface mechanics. But that's not necessarily an ideal thing because you still can't remove the enchantments and reapply them elsewhere. Nailed it. Good work. This is Java. This is most definitely Java Edition. Although if you're interested in some Bedrock stuff, I have been playing a map called Cobble Clicker that's available on the Minecraft Marketplace with my good friends LoyXP. He and I do the Hermitcraft recap together, and we occasionally collab on some stuff. They removed the ability to repair them at all in the crafting interface. Yes, that's what the grindstones do now. Oh, I completely missed that jump. Hey! Good thing my elytra has mending. Stone. That's what I need. Food is useless once you've got a chicken cooker. It just hogs your slot and slows down your runtime from time to time. Yeah, no, exactly. I want to talk on the Spawn Chunks podcast about how food can be made into a more interesting mechanic. Because some people have suggested recently, and I think it's a really good idea, that the food takes on more of a property like it has in Stardew Valley, where it imbues you with like a short burst of a potion effect. They're sort of doing that with Suspicious Stew, but it's not all that great. And then Suspicious Stew isn't the only thing you want to be able to eat, and it's also not stackable and that kind of thing. But there's really no incentive to eat anything other than the easily reproducible foods like chicken or cooked steak or sometimes baked potatoes until you want to complete that advancement for eating everything, which is somewhere around here. Yeah, like once you've got that on lock, then there's no reason to eat any of the other foods in Minecraft. Almost didn't engage my elytra then. That was almost a death from full damage. My opinion on auto fish farms is that I don't mind people using them, personally. It's all about, like, what kind of fun you get out of Minecraft, and I feel like if it limits the fun for other people for whatever reason, like if you have an agreement not to use auto fishing farms because somebody wants to, like, get really into villager trading and start, like, a villager trading-based economy, then obviously using an auto fish farm is not all that great. But then if you feel like you're not really going to be able to enjoy Minecraft until you've got all of the enchantments you want, and the best way to do that is just to spend some time AFK fishing, then sure, go for it. It's all about what makes the game fun for you, right? Then again, if you're one of those people who just gets really bored because you're OP all the time, then maybe consider not AFK fishing, and try working real hard for the stuff that you want. What accomplishment am I most proud of in my Minecraft survival guide world? That's That's a difficult question, mainly because every time I say I'm proud of something, my hubris trips me up and I end up dying in ridiculous circumstances. I think in terms of what I'm most proud of about this world, it's the fact that I've stuck with it for this long, because previously, for survival worlds, I didn't have the best track record of sticking with them. And I'm really happy that we've now got this series to the point where it's got, you know, over 100 episodes, a lot of which have been, like, relatively successful on YouTube, and I've got this great community and stuff. Like, it's not necessarily something in the world that I'm proud of, it's the folks that I've got around me enjoying the series. It's probably what I'm proudest of. Sappy answer, I know, but hey. What you gonna do? Yes, I'm proud of Fry in particular. I have been a delight. Can you not wear a chest plate with the elytra? No, sadly. And that's kind of the trade-off. You sacrifice probably the highest level protection that you can have in the game from a diamond chest plate with, like, protection 4 or whatever. And you basically have to give that up for the ability to fly, which is a trade I will make 100% of the time. Except maybe when I'm fighting the Wither. But then again, I'm only fighting the Wither on, like, a one-on-one basis, and I'm only fighting the Wither these days with, you know, the spawn it under the bedrock cheese. Who wouldn't take the elytra if they can? Well, that's the thing. Some people prefer to have maximum protection. Some people are okay just running around. If you've got an underground base, why are you going to need elytra? But then, if your base ideas are more expansive, you want to have, like, tunnels that you can fly down, sure, elytra from time to time. TFC on the Hermitcraft server right now still doesn't own an elytra. Despite the fact that he wouldn't even have to go to the end. Like, he could buy one. People would give him an elytra at this point. He just doesn't need it. He's underground most of the time. What feature do I want to see most come to Minecraft? Colored lighting is the one I go to these days. It's kind of the default answer I have for that question. I would love to see some system that allowed you to have lighting that could have a variety of effects. I'd be really into that. Do I have cheats activated? Yep. Because some of the stuff I do for my tutorials requires it. Like recently I was showing people how to turn keep inventory on if they want to use that in their worlds. Like the whole idea of this series is to be a tutorial thing. I don't care much for the idea that, like, because it's a survival world, you have to play with cheats off. I also, from time to time, when I want to take a thumbnail at a specific time of day, I will change the time of day, rather than just wait around for 5 minutes. Like, I don't have to prove anything to anyone at that point. DMX in Minecraft would be sweet. Yeah, but when's he going to give it to us? Best enchantment you can get on a sword is probably looting, to be honest. I'm all about sharpness 5, but if you're killing stuff with a sword, you want mob drops. You get more mob drops with looting. Doing a great job, cheats or not. Hey, thank you. Glad you think I'm doing well. I built this wrong, though. That's actually meant to be back here. How many of these have I built now and I'm still getting them wrong? That's what happens when I build like half a tower on every stream. There. There we go. Round the sides like this. Alright, question for you guys. Is anyone in the chat a Switch owner, and have you played Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? Because I want to talk to somebody about that game. And my wife doesn't care. She's playing Tetris 99. she don't care about no Zelda. Alright, I have got to... I basically just got to Kakariko Village, so no spoilers, although it's a Zelda game. I think I know the plot. What's your favorite shrine so far? Because I really loved the one where you have to... There's like a block on a sliding thing, like a test your strength thing. You have to like throw a bomb into the divot underneath it and then blast yourself up into the ceiling. That one was great. Also, I've just like figured out how to get horses and stuff, but do you guys find yourself using horses all that much? The twisty ones that you move the Switch for. Yeah, I really liked the... Was it the stasis one? No. There was one where there was like a bunch of seesaws that you stepped on a button and you had to like roll the... It was like a golf game almost. You had to kind of roll the balls into the little holsters. It felt like a puzzle from Portal, and I really enjoyed that. 2 shrines up a dragon pass. Each one has the answer to... Yes, on the Dueling Peaks. I did those the other day. And I cheated a little bit because I took screenshots of it using the Switch function. And then I realized you could probably just like... It's a 5x5 grid. You don't really have to remember all that much, right? So I did that one. But yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that one a lot. And that was cool. But yeah, I've got so... I haven't like completely gone the opposite direction from the quests, but I get a little bit sidetracked. I kind of have that Assassin's Creed thing of like you want to go and reveal all of the areas, so you go to all of the towers first. I've done 2 of those so far, but I went to Kakariko Village because I was like, surely there's some other stuff that I have to do storyline wise. But yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, that game. Getting sidetracked is the point of the game. Yeah, totally. I ran into that forest on the Great Plateau where the rock beast thing kind of assembles itself, and then I was like, oh, I'm in trouble now. Give me 2 seconds, I need to turn the light on in here, it's getting dark. There we go. Light. Do I have the DLC? No, I might get it at some point, but I want to experience the vanilla game first. If you can't tell from all of this, I'm very much a vanilla gamer. That will not be the last time you find yourself assembling rock. Good. Bring them on. I did not try and fight that thing. I immediately ran away. I think I had actually seen that in somebody else's videos, so... I kind of knew what to expect, but... Yeah. The most I have seen of... Breath of the Wild has been a speedrun of it, and I stopped watching it about halfway through because I was like, I guarantee myself I will play this game at some point. I don't want to see how it ends. But the speedrunners skip all the cutscenes and stuff anyway if they can, so... I find that speedruns are actually a really great way of getting a spoiler-free experience of a game, if you want to see roughly what the mechanics are and then how to just destroy them. I've only really been getting into that whole gaming subculture in the last little while, though. The rock dudes are easy to kill with a sledgehammer. Good tip. Good to know. I do have a sledgehammer. I've mostly been using it to try and, like, fling myself using trees. It has not gone well quite yet. Speedruns are great. Yeah, I really like... I got into AGDQ a couple of... Like, I guess about a year ago, I started really watching speedruns, but then I've gone back through a couple of old GDQ events and watched some of the older runs. Nice music. Thanks. This is the Minecraft Volume Beta soundtrack by C418. You can get it all from his Bandcamp page, and it is an incredible soundtrack. His other music is great too. A speedrun that beats Half-Life 1 in 6 minutes. Yep. Sounds about right. I think each of these is actually meant to be a stone brick thing. Which means, of course, I'm out of stone bricks. This entire build has been me running out of one type of stone or the other because I've crafted too much of the stone slabs. Rinse and repeat. Speedruns are hit and miss. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the runner. It depends on the game as well. Like, there's some stuff that makes for a really entertaining watch, despite, like, either the game not really being your thing or whatever. Like, I find it most entertaining when it's a game I've already played, or I played when I was a kid, and then the speedrun just completely destroys the whole progression of the game. Like, they end up skipping 2 different places of it really quickly, and you're like, that took me 10 hours to get there. Do I think Hightail will kill off Minecraft? No. Absolutely not. There is room for more than one game to exist in the same market, believe it or not. I think Minecraft has a big enough player base that I don't think it can die. I really don't think Minecraft has anything to worry about from Hightail. I think Hightail looks like a solid game, sure. But I really don't think everyone's just going to stop playing Minecraft as a result. Minecraft's too big to fail. Exactly, yeah, like... Fortnite hasn't killed off Minecraft, and Fortnite is probably the biggest new craze in gaming for a long time, from what I understand. I've still not played it, and I don't intend to. But, yeah, like, if something as big as Fortnite is still not killing off Minecraft's player base, then we got a winner on our hands, folks. What's my take on the cooking side of the game? I haven't done too much of it yet. I've figured out roughly how to make some of the stuff that gives you extra cold resistance and stuff. It's cool. It's a fun mechanic. I find scavenging for stuff a little bit difficult occasionally. More often than not, I'm just picking up the ingredients wherever I see them in case I'm, like, stuck for those hot peppers that you need to get the cold food. And, yeah, it just hasn't been available to me. Have an easy time once you get the radar upgrade. Oh, the one that tells you where the shrines are? Yeah, I've got that tells you where the shrines are, and I guess I haven't got an additional thing if it tells you where, like, ingredients are for food. Hearty ingredients are worth the trouble and rupees. Yeah, I've only just found people who actually sell stuff to me when I played yesterday. Climbing armor is the most handy equipment. Okay, I will look out for that. So far, I have, like, no other clothes. I think I have one thing. I found the old man, who turns out to be the king, right? I found his little woodcutter's cabin, and there was, like, a cold resistance jerkin in there for me. I realized that sounded like a weird word. I mean, like a coat. It was a coat. The old man's jerkin? What? Yeah. Where am I from? I'm from the UK. I am from the south coast of England. You can find a bandana around the Dueling Peaks. Okay, interesting. I appreciate some of the spoiler-free hints people are giving me in the chat. Eventually you want to Tune the slate to a picture of an item you want to search for, and it'll ping when you're close. Oh, interesting. That's very cool. Am I religious? Not really. UK hype. UK hype indeed. Which is to say, incredibly stoic hype. The most measured reaction that you can find to somebody trying to be like, hey, hype! And I'm like, hype? Hype is good. I feel like I am building this differently to how I normally build it. Hype, but with T. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly right. Hype, but shh. Am I a Monty Python fan? I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I mean, I've watched a lot of the stuff, but I feel like calling myself a fan of Monty Python isn't quite accurate, you know? Am I playing with mods? Only Optifine. Optifine is the only mod that I am really that concerned with. Do I have... No, I've run out of stone brick again. Great. Probably the only other place in the world where they like tea as much as we do here, but you'd probably argue about how the tea is to be prepared. Are you from the American South, perchance? How do I have my tea? With milk and no sugar? There you go, Soothing Philly. There you go. Tea high five. Armor upgrades are costly to unlock. Save those rupees. Yeah, I found a couple of the guys who give you the seeds, and then I just found the guy who uses those seeds to increase your inventory space, and that's going to be super helpful. The guy who's like lost his maracas or whatever. That's a fun little side quest. I mean, it's just like go and kill those goblin dudes, but then I like the fact that that's now unlocked the ability to increase your inventory space, because every time something drops a weapon, I'm like, pick it up! My sword's about to break! But then, yeah, inevitably I have no inventory space left. They're around 300? Can you increase your inventory so it's like 300 slots of something? I assume there's an upper limit to that. Cirque drank tea. I'm sure he drinks tea from time to time. What tea am I having now? Right now I don't have any tea. In fact, it's probably time for me to wrap up my stream relatively soon, but yeah, if it wasn't, I would probably go and get myself some more tea. But generally speaking, I either drink Lapsang Souchong or English breakfast when I tend to stream. Whole Milk Boy has subscribed with Twitch Prime. Well, while we're talking about tea, we may as well have some whole milk to add to that. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are one in a million. I appreciate the support. From Whole Milk Boy, I feel validated. Even though I tend to drink semi-skimmed, but there you go. Chai is the best tea. Chai is pretty good too. I do enjoy a chai from time to time. Then again, I'm not a huge fan of like super aromatic spices all the time. So, oh my gosh, Soothing Philly. Tea Buds. Tea Buds with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. Enjoy your emotes. Enjoy that space mug emote, courtesy of the wonderful Joel Duggan. Here's the thing now. I guess we'll do that. Yeah. Earl Grey with a spot of honey. I like Earl Grey. Lately it's not really been my jam. I don't know. I think it gives me like a little bit more acid reflux and stuff. Like it's kind of, I don't know. Occasionally I've found myself feeling a little bit curdled when I've had some Earl Grey. It feels quite acidic to me. Lady Grey was like that as well. Like I liked Lady Grey just for the amount of oranginess it has. But yeah, for whatever reason, it didn't agree with me. Did I just say I'm vegan? No. Most definitely not vegan. Not that I have anything against it, per se, but I'm barely, occasionally, a veggie eater. But, yeah, I partake of the meats, partake of the flesh of the beasts on occasion. Oh my gosh, we've got another raid. Oh, I can't stop now. Sliced Lime is raiding. Hello, welcome along. I just said I had semi-skimmed milk. Someone's like, are you vegan? Hey, welcome along, raiders. Thank you so much for the raid. Sliced Lime, give it up. Give it up in the chats. Let's see some hype hands. Hello, hello. Welcome along, raiders. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Pixel Riffs. I'm a Minecraft YouTuber and streamer, and occasional podcaster, host of the Spawn Chunks podcast. Today we're working on some building and stuff in my survival world, having a nice chill stream here. The limes are in the chat. Welcome along, guys. Jake the Gearheart, hello. Great to have you guys here, thank you so much. What was Sliced Lime up to in today's stream? So this is what I've been working on in this world. Let me give you guys a quick tour. These are a series of like pillars and archways that I've been building in this world on my streams. We're just kind of filling out this mountain area with some cool scenery. It's not really going to have any kind of point to it. It's not going to be a base of any kind. The base is over there behind the mountains, but I just wanted to put in some neat architectural stuff around here. We can take a look at it from above. And yeah, it's really starting to build out up here. Adding maps to entrapment and working around structure block bugs for the most part. Cool. Good to hear those bugs getting ironed out. I gather there was a bit of a friendly competition happening between the Java devs and the Bedrock devs about who could squash the most bugs between now and release. I like that as motivation. But yeah, I follow Aubrey Norris on Twitter, and she was suggesting that the other day. The pillars look so cool. Thank you. I came upon this design and just decided, hey, let's repeat it a whole bunch. And there's this one here that goes sort of into the mountain, and we have this like little kind of spiral effect with the stone brick. But again, I don't really have any idea what I'm going to do with this. I was thinking it might be like an ancient elf or dwarf civilization that's built stuff up here in the mountains and has just kind of disappeared. But yeah, over here, this is my main town, my main squeeze. This is Founder's Forge. And up there in the hot air balloon, I have a mob farm. I've got a few other builds coming out here in the swamp. Got a little kelp farm going on over here. A lot of this stuff is mostly aesthetic, and it's just there for fun. This is a single-player world. This is where I do a lot of my tutorial videos. But the idea behind this place is that it's kind of a fantasy town based around this ravine here, where there's a mystical power source of sorts that they're pulling out from the bottom of the ravine. It might be related to this magma, and occasionally the area gets unstable, and there's a few things like this magma pops up in the streets, burns down some of the market stalls, people have to rebuild. But this whole area centers around this ravine, and as a result, anyone who sells tools is kind of the top dog around here. This big building here is the Blacksmiths Guild, and so there are a few blacksmiths that operate out of this area and provide tools to the town. And this area over here is more of a kind of survival area in terms of like there's farms and stuff that I need to set up for breeding animals and trading and that kind of stuff. So this is my big wheat field. That's the farmhouse I built. This is kind of our starter area. This is where I spawned around here. Got a nice windmill up there on the hill. And then over here I have an industrial district with a sugarcane farm in this building. Big storage unit in this building here. A little bit of automated storage. And then cactus, melon, and pumpkin farms. Cobblestone generator over here. Villager trading hall over there. That's going to have to change soon, but I'm looking forward to all of that. My little villager breeder here is going to have to change dramatically as well. We set up this sea pickle farm. Like a shifting floor sea pickle farm the other day. Little bits and pieces around here and there. But this world is constantly a work in progress, and if you guys like what you see, then you can check out my series, The Minecraft Survival Guide, on YouTube, where these days I make videos 5 days a week and try and make tutorials about all of the stuff that I can reasonably explain in Minecraft. So you'll be seeing a little bit more of this world there. And after that, with the tour and with the raid, I think I'm probably going to wrap up my stream, because I was about to get going, but I thought I may as well show you folks around. Thank you so much for the support on today's stream. It's been amazing stuff. We have 200 viewers here right now. We've got some bits coming in from Fev, 45 bits. This might be a big ask, but can I raid someone called Crossy? He's a really nice guy and I would appreciate the support. I am going to see what I can do about that. I will see if anyone else out there is streaming too. Got a couple of my friends who are out there. Let's see. Yeah, Whip is going. Ectavink is going as well. Okay, sure. We'll go there. Let's go there. I have no idea what this guy is about. He seems to be playing some Tech-It, from what I can tell. Doing a little bit of modded Minecraft. Not sure if he's family-friendly or whatever, so if that's a concern for you, feel free to click away. But seeing as Fev jumped in with a last-minute 45 bits and suggested this guy, we're going to drop a raid on him. That is CRO5SY Crossy. Don't forget to use your Pixel Hype emotes and the hashtag Pixel Raid. Show some love over on this guy's stream. Let's make somebody's night. And I will see you guys on Tuesday for another Chopping Tuesday. Hope you enjoy that. I'll see you guys there. Take care. Bye for now.